I'm getting nasty, bro.
What's good, y'all? Welcome to another episode of the Press Box. I'm here with G Baby, Lonnie, Random, Trent, Jalen, and Riddell, and I am co-hosted with the other half to the Headache Gang, Bama, Noggin on the other side. Love you, bro. You deal with me? But we're gonna get right into it because yesterday's show was so crazy. Shout out to the chat, got us to 400 viewers at one point, concurrent, new record on the Press Box. Y'all went crazy last night, but it's crazy. Early isn't here. Shout out to Early, though. He's here. And the only reason he's not here is because, for those who don't know, he is a comedian. He's on tour. He is touring in New York City. So if you're in New York City, make sure y'all go check in with Early, man, doing his thing. But Early, even though you're not here, we still got to talk to you. The 49ers, fellas, this is what we started off this show with. Brock Purdy and the 49ers. How confident are y'all in the 49ers going into this playoff run? And how confident are y'all in Brock Purdy to be able to lead this 49ers team to a championship? I saw you raise your hand first, so you can go ahead, bro.
I will say how confident. It's not about being confident in Brock Purdy. I'm confident in the 49ers. But I'll give Brock Purdy a little bit of praise, just a tiny bit, because at the end he made some high-level throws that we haven't seen before. And that was some shit. That was some good plays. But it is funny. I wish Early was here because he called this specific person the fancy version of Cordell Patterson. It is funny. It is kind of crazy that, Deebo Samuel, the one infinity stone on the whole team, goes out and you look like Alex Smith. It is kind of eye-opening. One person, not Brandon Ayuk and George Kittle, not see if just one play, not even Trent Williams, just one player go out. And your man's look like a totally different quarterback. But just as a team as a whole, I still got them going to the Super Bowl kind of easily. I think this is an easy path for the 49ers. They should make it pretty easily. I'm not concerned. I'm not. I ain't gonna hold you.
I heard you laugh, G baby. Do you want to go second? Since you think that was funny, you can start it off.
It's just gonna be quick. So first and foremost, shout out Trent for finessing my line, Alex Smith. Second, easily game. I'm not gonna hold you. You always say, hey, when the playoffs start, it's 0-0. It's a whole different ball game.
Okay.
If you rewatch that game, even though CMC, he's still, top 3 running back, you could call him the best.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that 49ers O-line really dominated the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball. I don't think they did. I would argue the Packers won that matchup. Now you're about to face arguably the best O-line in the league with the best running tandem. I don't think people realize David Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs combined for 1,900 yards rushing, averaging over 4.6 yards a carry. That's what they did combined. If one running back did that, we call him the best in the world. That's what this running game is with the best O-line. Penei Sewell. My goodness, bro. Like I know we talk about it. That little bluff block and wrap around, like, bro, that's crazy. Like, this O-line is ridiculous. Ben Johnson and this scheme that they have running the ball, it doesn't matter what they do. And they keep both of their guys fresh. They keep both of them fresh. So if my thing is, if the Packers were able to dominate that, win the line of scrimmage, I can't say, because we keep talking about, they got Chase Young, Javon Hargrave, and Nick Bosa. Yeah, these are nice names, but they can't get pressure for. We all know this. And I think if Aaron Jones and the boys can run on them like that, why don't I think David Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs can? And we all say about Jared Goff, y'all love using it as a knock for him that, he needs his run game in order to be, what he is. I don't see the 49ers being able to stop that. And let's be real, even with all that, we call their secondary the weak point of their defense. Amon-Ra, Sam Laporta, and don't let Jameson Williams get going. Please don't. Please don't, because we haven't even seen his potential yet. Like, really. So for me, easily is kind of crazy. Let's be real. Let's be real. I know we was trolling, but we all came out here and said, hey, if Jordan Love come out here and beat these Niners. And what did he do? Until he turned into Minnesota Brett Favre in the last drive, we was all like, hey, this man might do it. I don't see why it's easily.
A quick rebuttal to you, I just don't see them doing like with a full squad. I think that game to me, like with their full squad, I wasn't expecting that to be, what was it, 3-point game?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's why I think I'm not expecting their full squad to just go out and do that again and not look like the dominant team they haven't been looking like almost all year. So that's
but every time they've played a pretty good team, unless you want to call the Cowboys, if you still want to call the Cowboys a pretty good team and the Eagles a pretty good team, yeah, that's fine. That's cool. Yeah. But like we all looked at them and we were kind of like, you guys aren't really as good as you really are.
But they were
but Cowboys,
but bro, they're playing a team right now that can really run the ball on these dudes, bro. They can really run the ball on these dudes, bro. This is the best O-line in the league with the best tandem. They can run that rock. And let's be real, Jared Goff, and we always say you got to peak at the right time. I think Jared Edge has been playing top 10 quarterback football the past couple of weeks. And let's be real. I know you don't care about this trend, but you know, when you get that, when you rolling and you ain't got nothing to lose, we've seen 6 seeds do it before. We've had other Cinderella runs with worse teams. This is a pretty good football team on a technical Cinderella run. They got momentum and you know, they backing their coach. They got the whole city. I know you don't care about that, but it do matter sometimes when you get, especially when you're playing a team that isn't performing up to where they should be. Because even before they got to the playoffs, did they not get smacked by the Ravens in like week 17?
35 put on the ass.
You know what I mean? Like they're not playing their best. So you got multiple things.
Yeah, so y'all go ahead.
Go ahead, Riddell, and then go ahead, Random.
Okay.
First things first, you know, shout out the Packers for continuing the script of beating the Cowboys and losing to the 49ers. You know, shout out them. You know, it was a good game. And I there's things that Trent and G Baby said that I actually don't disagree with at all in terms of what we've seen. If it's like sunny outside, I'll be honest, I'm with Trent. I'm expecting an easy win. That's what I'm expecting. If it's good, if Brock Purdy's can hold the ball, I'm expecting him not to play as bad as he played against the Packers. That's my expectation, but we're going to see about that. When it comes to Brock Purdy and the 49ers, I am confident with Brock Purdy on the Niners to go to the Super Bowl. Him as an individual, I'm always skeptical. I never liked the putting him in an elite category. I never liked, oh yeah, he's the MVP for sure. Like I never really liked that because we know who he is. Cam Newton said it best. He's a game manager. But there's 3 questions that we wanted answered. And to be honest, he might have answered it. One is, how will they play without the Deebo Samuel? Trent talked about it. When Deebo Samuel's not in the game against the Bengals, against the Vikings, terrible. Absolutely terrible. One of the Infinity Stones gone. The second thing, how are you going to play when you're down in the second half? J-Rob talks about it all the time, man. That record with Kyle Shanahan, it's disgusting. It's terrible when he's down in the second half. But the last thing is, can you win the game when it matters the most and you're down? And this time, he did do it against the Browns, but the kicker missed the field goal. But this time, he had to score a touchdown. And in that last drive, Trent talked about it a little bit. He made a dot to Brandon Ayuk right in the breadbasket for him to catch that ball. That was an amazing throw. He also threw another dot to the outside to Chris Conley. You remember that name, Chris Conley? And that was another important drive possession. And then Brock Purdy, if you don't remember, he scrambled, escaped the sack, and scrambled for 9 yards to put them in perfect position for Christian McCaffrey to cap it off. He did everything he needed to win that game, and that's what we're asking for. No Deebo, you're down, win the game with a touchdown, and he did it. So because he did that, I'm impressed, bro. He's still not an elite guy. He's still not one of them, but he can win with this stacked 49ers team. I believe it.
Random.
I'm one of those people. If I am the Packers, I'm pissed off watching that film. And I legitimately think the Packers should be like, we should have won that game. And that's why I said on Monday that I have smoke for Kyle Shanahan. Brock Purdy had the ball for they called pass plays 40. They called 45 pass plays. Sorry. Obviously, you had to scramble, you get sacked, something like that, right? He had 39 pass attempts. Christian McCaffrey only had 17 rushing attempts. My problem is what you know about Brock Purdy is that he is terrible in inclement weather. He's not that good. And Bama, I don't know how it is up there for you in Northern California. It's been raining down here, right? It's been raining down here. And if it is going to rain again, this isn't just a Brock Purdy. This is also a Jared Goff thing. Like he's also shown to not be that
let's
well
check the weather report
in inclement weather. But I think I understand that Brock Purdy made plays at the end, but for most of that game, he wasn't good. He wasn't good. And obviously after the Infinity Stone was gone, but I was like, yo, lean on your running game a little bit more. Why? Right. I understand that, like, this is the playoffs, man. Your best player is Christian McCaffrey. Why does he not even get 20 carries? Why is he only getting 17? And
no, sorry.
And I think the Packers look and they're like, man, maybe it was their youth. Maybe just the ball, maybe just football. The football did not roll just their way. I legitimately think the Packers watched that film. Matt LaFleur watched that film and they're like, we let one go. We should have really won this game. So if obviously if it's great weather, I expect the 49ers to just outlast the Lions. I can't disrespect them how they've been playing. They're gonna fight you tooth and nail. Like get ready for maybe a few fakes, something crazy, because they're trying to reach that. They're trying to do something that no other team in Detroit Lions history has ever done. So it's gonna be an incredible game. But if it's raining, if it's sunny, then I'm not.
93% rain. They might be good, bro.
Go ahead, Jalen.
So yeah, I think with this game, I think we have to really understand the difference that him being possibly out or him not being 100% really makes. You see the stat where I think with the Niners, since he's been drafted, 53 and 23 when he plays games, 8-9 without. And then with Brock Purdy, even though he hasn't missed a ton of games this season, even if you look at the numbers when Deebo Samuel isn't on the field, QBR goes down, pass rating go down, yards per attempt go down, completion percentage goes down. Every single metric goes down without Deebo Samuel. So I think him missing this game is really going to affect Brock Purdy. And I think the way the 49ers have to attack this game is they do have to kind of win it in the trenches using Christian McCaffrey. I wouldn't be surprised here if they use Christian McCaffrey like back in his Panthers days where he sees 10 targets and gets 20 carries, really kind of use Christian McCaffrey if Deebo Samuel isn't ready to go. I don't think you can win this game with Brock Purdy throwing for 300 yards, 3 TDs type of game. I think with the running game with the Lions, them being able to control the clock, I think that's going to help them with their running backs and their offensive line probably having the advantage over the Niners defensive line in that aspect. I think it's definitely a spot where the Niners can lose. I think they're still the favorite, but I think the Lions here to win and have the pieces to win, especially with what Jared Goff outplaying Brock Purdy. G-Baby mentioned, I'm all big into like the momentum thing. I've seen teams. I remember like the last year Ray Lewis and the Ravens won. That was all momentum. Like that play they had against Denver last play, they beat them. It was a momentum. They were the worst team throughout every game they played, but they had the momentum. They're making the right plays. They were hot at the time. And this Lions team really kind of fits that mold with Jared Edge playing well, the running backs playing well, the offensive line. Everything is going right for these boys with the Niners struggling. I can definitely see the Detroit Lions pulling off an upset here.
They better not let Jared Goff get comfortable. Like, that's what the Bucs made a big mistake doing. You got to heat Jared Goff off from the start.
Well, also, too, y'all keep bringing up this weather. So if it's sunny for Brock Purdy, y'all know it's sunny for Jared Edge too, right?
Yeah, but also another thing is
it's sunny for him too, right?
Yeah, but he's also there's a clear difference between him being in Detroit this year and him being outside of Detroit as well. Like that's but I'm just saying, like,
but he's also playing in California though. Like California weather, like that don't like even though this is gonna be more 49ers.
Well, not only is he playing in California, he's playing in California where he is from.
Northern
California. And he played on the Rams before. So California is nothing new to him. So
we know what to expect from Jared Goff.
He played for Cal Berkeley.
We know what to expect from Jared Goff when everything's clicking. The Niners against the Packers, everybody was doing their job. The defense was doing the job. Brock Purdy was just playing bad until the final draft. He was just playing terrible. He was missing throws left and right. If he just plays well with this team, we expect them to dominate. That's the expectation with the 49ers.
Yeah, I think this team is too damn good to where that's why I'm saying, like, that's when Jared asked the question about like the faith in Brock Purdy. I don't have faith in Brock Purdy. I have faith on the Niners. All he has to do is play objectively.
But didn't you call this team the California Cowboys?
They are, but they
So you have faith for them to.
So they're gonna
you have
Cowboys.
faith for them to come through when it matters
That's
most.
crazy. You Cowboy, but you
You have to
somehow
understand what I
fighting
meant
for
by
a
that.
Super
I
Bowl
said they
for it.
make it farther than the Cowboys, NFC chip or Super Bowl, and then they lose. They can make it to the Super Bowl. They gonna lose. That's my point.
Yeah, they are
I
gonna
was-
lose.
That's the point.
I don't understand how
Look,
you just.
even though it's
That's
funny,
where I'm at. Like the Cowboys
How
don't even
that make them the
sniff
Cowboys?
they don't even sniff the championship game. The 49ers
We're not
always
going back to
go
that.
there.
Yeah, we already
I
did
feel like
that.
y'all can't even. Y'all don't understand what I mean when I always go back to that. But again, I feel like this team is too good. Especially, I think they outmatched the Lions. I'm not saying they're unstoppable, but I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. If
The
the
Niners
Lions,
without Debo, I think the Lions have a better offensive weapon.
If Debo is not playing, I'll change my whole perspective on it. I'll change my whole perspective.
Gotcha.
I'll change my whole. But if he's playing this game, I'm 100% going into this game. The 49ers should win. No doubt. I shouldn't be thinking, the Lions should come out winning. That should be a hell
I
no.
think I
still
feel
think
like
Niners should play.
I feel like it
without
shouldn't be
Debo.
a hell. I feel like the reason why I feel like it shouldn't be a hell no is because not only you look at the way they've been playing coming in, but even though we always talk about the Lions secondary and we know that defense isn't all world. However, y'all remember when the Bengals went on their little run, that defense early in the year was not great, and then they started playing timely football on their way to the play. That's what the Lions have been doing the past couple of weeks.
Because Mike Evans, even though he had them bad,
The Lions, yes,
they started wilding. Okay, do you think they could contain that?
The Rams were
I
cooking.
think they can.
Because I think the Rams. I think Puka was going dumb on them. Mike Evans went dumb on them.
The running game was
Wait,
cooking the Lions, bro.
So you
They
talk
don't have a
Rams
Jair
defense
Alexander.
told them more than anything else.
But
I'll be
also, too,
honest.
you talk about the Rams. You know what the Lions were doing? Holding them to 3 instead of 7.
Yeah, I feel you. But here's the thing.
Against the Bucks,
This
getting
is going to be
turnovers when they needed it the most.
yeah. But those offenses aren't better than the 49ers. So that's why I'm like,
That 3 is going to be 7, G baby.
They're going to get, instead of them getting 3, they're going to get 7. Bro, that offense is too dangerous, and they not stopping nobody.
And in the red zone, you give it to McCaffrey's cooking in the red zone.
So I'm not going to hold you. So I'm not going to hold you. I don't know if this 49ers team is stopping the Lions like y'all think they are. I don't. No,
that's
fine.
That's fine.
Defensive line.
So in the shootout, who are you going to trust?
I think it's a better
Jared
chance.
Edge or Brock Purdy?
You said what?
In the shootout, who you trust? Jared Edge or Brock Purdy?
I trust the 49ers.
But
Trent,
what's so crazy though? But when have the Niners ever just been in a shootout like that? They always win from the defense,
But
and
here's the
then
thing, though. I don't think it's going to be a shootout, though.
So for you saying that the defense not going to be able to stop them, they already in the element what they not used to. What the 49ers is used to, the defense go out there and beat up your offense and makes your offense look a shell of what it used to be. If they are not in a position to do that, now you playing behind the 8 ball to where you have to depend on the person who we have the biggest question mark.
And then we just saw it last week.
The Lions, though, y'all. We ain't talking about the Ravens or the Chiefs.
Riddell, this is what I'm asking you right here, Riddell. What answer do the 49ers have for Jahmyr Gibbs out the backfield?
What?
Fred Warner?
You keep saying Fred Warner, and they haven't stopped that.
One time.
Bro,
but they haven't stopped.
I'm sorry, Bama. We just saw it last week.
Yeah.
We literally, with a worse O-line, worse receiving core.
But here's my thing, though.
And even though Aaron Jones is great, we saw it last week.
That's what I'm saying. Even though y'all saying that, right? Now, ask that question on the opposite side of the end, and I think the 49ers going to score more points than the Lions. And I think the 49ers going to have more opportunities to stop them more. That's my issue. That's my thing.
The way I see it, if they can barely score 3 more points against the Packers, even though the Packers ain't the Lions, bro. The Packers.
Every playoff game is a new game.
Lonnie, did you go?
Right.
Go ahead, Lonnie. Go ahead, Lonnie.
So Brock Purdy,
you got a hunt. These niggas is taking your shine. Go ahead, bro.
Right, like I was letting them save the best for last, but then they just.
Yeah, that's what I like to hear.
Talk your shit in, bro. Go ahead, bro.
No, so Brock Purdy was playing bad, and we all saw like how he didn't like the rain and all that, and then Debo again, like when he's out playing like trash. But like I'm keeping consistent with my criteria. I care about how you play when it matters the most. And that last drive, he did make something. Not calling him elite because I don't think he's there yet. He is still just 24. We gotta I know Early thinks he's the next Tom Brady. I'm never gonna say that because there's never gonna be a next Tom Brady. But like he is just 24. He could still, I feel like, get a little bit better. But right now I got him between like 10 and 15. But he did make some elite level throws. His ball placement was it. And my only issue in this game is that Lions D-line is going to be a problem. And besides Trent Williams, that O-line is kind of mid. When Trent Williams is out, I said that left guard, Banks, he looked like a deer in headlights without Trent Williams. So if Trent's all busy, they're going to eat. And we all seen how Purdy is when he gets touched. He ain't the same. He's worse than Alex Smith. He's more like,
I don't know.
He does struggle under pressure. That's true.
Keep going,
I'm trying to think like what he is like when he starts getting touched. It's not like Josh Rosen is. It's not that bad, but it's more like it's more like just stationary, like old, like pre Joe Flacco-ish, like his last year on the Ravens. That's how stationary he gets. It gets bad when he gets touched.
Oh, Trent, I was thinking the same thing. There's no way you're telling me that when you have Jared Goff on the other side, bro. And you ain't
same thing, bro. The same difference is
I'm not saying without Debo, we see how, and if he's getting touched, we see how he acts. Now, like I said yesterday, Jahmyr Gibbs, he's the X factor in this game. And I'm gonna double down from what I said yesterday. Next year, if he gets the touches, forget top 10. He's gonna be a top 5 running back next year.
Yo, Bama, can I say something that I found really hilarious about all of these takes? Bama, you listening? You hear me, brother? Yeah. So they straight up bailing my son out over one drive, right? He had a good late game drive. Nobody want to talk about the rest of the game. But I remember from panelists and other people on other shows that somebody else I know had to won a playoff game. They had to come back and then snap in another playoff game for people to even have any faith in him. So one drive is giving people this massive level of confidence.
It's true.
Which I find to be very disingenuous because I'm talking about LJ. Because when he won his playoff game, everybody wasn't jacking his playoff win when he first won his first playoff game. They was like, actually want to look good. I still don't think he could play in the playoff. Then when he snapped on the Texans, now people got faith in him. And so what's losing me about Brock Purdy is Brock Purdy really did not play good in that game at all. He did play one great drive and he made a great throw. But I also don't think the game that he's about to have coming up is going to be the same at all, fellas. And I think y'all need to be real honest about that because there's one thing I know about them Lions. They finna retain that football. All 4th and shorts, they going for it. If they keeping the ball out of Brock Purdy's hand, they going to keep it out. And my question to y'all is, if them Lions go up 10-0 by 10 points and the 49ers got to get multiple quick scores or got to play from behind, I don't really think y'all got this level of confidence in Brock Purdy that y'all try to portray. I think the other thing that y'all forget to mention about the 49ers is I understand the Infinity Stones aspect, but y'all also dragging the Infinity Stones a little bit. And I'm going to tell y'all a reason why. Look, I understand Trent Williams. He's beat up. That's first things first. He's beat up. That right side, Trent, that offensive line for the 49ers, mid-work on that right side. That's why all the schemes, the exotic runs, they go to Trent Williams because he's the best in the business, as they all should. But that right side of that line is one of their flaws. Again, some of y'all like Tre'Davious, Ward, and company. I'm not really too keen on them corners for the Lions like most people are. I like them linebackers, Greenlaw and Warner. That's best combo in the business outside of Roquan and Queen, pretty much. I think those are the best 2 tandems at the top by far. Right. Now, when we get to the meat and potatoes of this thing, shout out to my Uncle Chill. There are multiple things that I feel like the Lions have, and I think I said this on the open field, that can remedy what. Somebody playing Lonnie in the background.
Yeah, I heard Lonnie's voice too.
Yeah, word.
I'm glad I have fans.
Facts. Even though, as much as I think they got all these great players, when we get to the meat and potatoes of it, there are things that the Lions do really well that the 49ers literally have shown deficiencies in combating. And I think it goes vice versa because I don't believe in Cam Sutton and he got to guard Brandon Ayuk. So there is still flaws on both sides of the football for both teams. But I don't think the 49ers at this point are the same team y'all thought they was week 1 through 5 into the season. Guys got hurt. They lost guys on their O-line. Chase Young is not the guy I think he is. Unfortunately, that's the truth of the matter. I love Nick Bosa, but I'm taking that Lions O-line over Nick Bosa. I would say the O-line versus the D-line of the 49ers, I would actually give the nod to the Lions as a unit. The best player may be Nick Bosa, but as a unit, I give it to that Lions O-line. So I just want y'all to know, fellas, I love what the Lions are cooking. I may have a little bias for sure. We'll admit that. But I think from an X's and O's standpoint, I actually lean more in favor of the Lions because I think they got that aura. And listen, if this is a run-heavy game, if they got that aura right now, Trent, that aura's in Detroit right now. So listen, if they go in that rainstorm, I'm worried, bro. I'm worried about Brock, bro. I'm worried about that boy. So I like the line.
I kind of feel the same thing about the line, because especially when y'all brought up playing behind. I'm not gonna lie, if the 49ers get a jump start, I'm not too confident that the Lions going.
I'm more confident in Jared Goff coming back than I am Brock Purdy.
I'm not gonna lie,
and Kyle Shanahan.
It's not moving me that much.
I'm not petty. I'm not petty. I'm a realist early.
I keep that shit 1,000. You love saying the 49ers.
I make shit fair. Etiquette, man.
The 49ers can't come back when they're trailing by 3 points.
Oh yeah. I put it like this. Yeah, I put it like this. If it's that third quarter leading to that fourth, and they down by 5-6 points, yeah,
I want y'all to know too. I think y'all also got to remember the difference between LaFleur and Dan Campbell. Dan Campbell is gonna do the most to get a touchdown. He will do the most. Some people are conservative. Dan Campbell though, he really bite off kneecaps. He want the 7, bro. And if he feel like he could get 8, he could get 8. So I'm just keeping it a bean.
This is the same man that had 3 straight 2-point
more
conversions.
Than early. You can't talk so much from the chat,
way
bro.
Too.
I've been cooking you for the last 48 hours early. I've been cooking.
Early guy.
I've been putting you in. I've been putting you in stir fries. I've been putting you in a wok for the last 2 days, bro. I might have to take your championship belt. Change the script.
He don't even got a belt.
I don't even got a belt. I'm beltless, bro. All right, y'all. Any last thoughts on this game before we move on?
Oh, real quick,
I'll save my thing for
Go ahead, Lonnie.
Can I get the big screen real quick? Just for 20 seconds.
20.
I mean, I think everyone that's seen PC Anime, they know who Ty is. He's with BSS with me, J-Rob, Riddell, and Random. And his second volume just dropped today. So make sure you get that on Amazon. What else? I mean, you need to get it before it gets hot. You don't want to be a bandwagoner. So be a day one. Check this out. This shit's fire. And yeah, that's it.
All right, yes, sir. Shout out to my dog Todd, man. Todd the GOAT. Make sure y'all go get y'all a copy of that hustle.
Homie, man.
Yeah,
facts. Homie like Lonnie, man. You're a real one, bro. Hell yeah.
Support your friends. Support your friends.
Yo, if you want the link to the chat, $100 dono gets you up here on the press box.
There it is.
Today's not if you want to come on a day that's not an open field day, it's $100, $25 to change the topic, $10 to answer your question right now. Let's get to it. All right, fellas, here we go. The coaching portal been going crazy lately. One of the biggest teams when it's come to coordinators as of late has been the Philadelphia Eagles. I don't think it has been more talked about between the team having 2 coordinators who did not do a good job to most fans. So with that being said, who should be the new offensive and defensive coordinators of the Philadelphia Eagles? And what do y'all think?
Well, I don't know who.
Lonnie, you can start it. Lonnie, you can start it because you was last for the last one, so you can start this one.
I think a good offensive coordinator might be Leonard Hankerson, the 49ers wide receiver coach. I like his play calling with Debo and Ayuk, and how he brings McCaffrey into it. So the personnel that the Eagles have, I think that'd be nice. Or they can go maybe a Greg Olson, the Seahawks QB coach. DC, I feel like maybe the Browns D-line coach. That would be nice. But low key, they might just need to get rid of Stefanski and start over. That's my opinion on the whole thing. They might
the Browns or the Eagles.
Not Stefanski, Stefani. Yeah, Stefani. I feel like everyone's been leaving him mad fast. And I don't feel like I feel like you need to get rid of the source of the problem, not just keep on patching it up. And yeah, I just feel like he needs to go.
Who wanna clean that up? Who next?
I'll go next. So my OC choice is a guy named Daryl Bevell. Now, he seemed interesting when I was kind of doing my research on like people who potentially can get a job. He seemed interesting. If you didn't know, he was the OC for the Seahawks during the Super Bowl run. We know about the Legion of Boom, of course, but you have to give some credit the fact that he made a young Russell Wilson a very serviceable quarterback for a Super Bowl winning team. And that rush offense was amazing under Marshawn Lynch. And as of recently, he was the offense and passing coordinator for the Dolphins for what they got going on. So bringing him in, establishing that run game for the Philadelphia Eagles is obviously something they always want to do, regardless if Jason Kelce retires, and make that offense kind of lead that way if you really want to. If you really don't trust Jalen Hurts to be the playmaker consistently, that could be an option. And as for DC, there's a guy named Denard Wilson. Now, Denard Wilson, he actually was a secondaries coach for the Philadelphia Eagles back when they were going crazy, if you don't remember. They had James Bradbury, Darius Slayton, Gardner Johnson going crazy, and the guy that was leading the helm was Denard Wilson. So the expectation was that, okay, let's rise him to DC, but they chose someone else instead. They didn't choose this guy. They went a different direction. So what did he do? He went to Baltimore and made that secondary one of the best in the NFL, and made that whole defense one of the best in the NFL. So if I'm the Eagles, I would get on my knees, apologize, and say, hey, man, come back and fix our defense again. And I think that's definitely the direction they need.
Who did you say?
Denard Wilson.
Oh, okay, because you were saying Denard Robinson like 3 times.
Did I?
I was confused.
He did.
Yeah, that's why I was confused. I was like, who? But okay, Denard Wilson. Okay, cool.
Can I go? I'm gonna go with the Eagles here. I'm gonna go with the Eagles here. I'm gonna go with the college right here. I think it's time to get some college coordinators, some NFL opportunities. All right. So one, Glenn Schumann, out there with Georgia doing his thing, has produced multiple first-round picks.
I like it, Jalen. Yeah.
Top defense in the country for what? Almost 5-6 years now. So Glenn Schumann, I think it's about time. I think he got interviewed for the Eagles job before they hired the previous guy. So I think, second time's a charm here. He's been consistent. Give him a shot. So I don't mind that. And the offense, Ben, a lot of guys, Liam Cohen worked under Sean McVay with the Rams, and then now is actually the quarterback coach in Kentucky. I think Kentucky with their offense, what he's been doing there with the quarterbacks there, shows a lot of promise. So give these college guys a shot. And I've always kind of thought with the coaching thing, it's too much of a coaching carousel where everyone just alternates teams until one sticks. So giving these college guys an opportunity with some talent that's with the Eagles, I think is the way to go for the Eagles.
Hey, bonus points to Jalen in the ranks for going out of his way. Finding something different. I like it. My boy went to the NCAA. I respect that. Yeah, I respect that. I like it. I always like that. Who else? Any other coaching names? Any coaching names?
I do. I don't have a lot of because there's a lot of offensive guys. I mean, I think the Texans QB coach is getting a lot of looks. I know Brian Callahan just got hired from the Bengals. I definitely want to talk about this man because I felt he should have got the DC job when he was with us.
Right.
And I feel like I don't know where he is right now, but if he doesn't have a job, that's a shame. Okay. Chris Richard.
Facts.
DB coach for Legion of Boom. DB coach that saved our defense.
Yeah.
Co-defensive coordinator as well with our D-line coach or wherever it was. Yeah. The fact that this man doesn't have a job is beyond me because the work he did with Legion of Boom, that speaks for itself. Then he comes to a team who literally just got the year before had like the worst defense ever. Like worst passing defense ever. One of the bottom 3 comes and helps fixes that. Chris Richard, I wanted him to get the DC job when they promoted Dennis Allen. That's who I wanted because Chris Richard is a great coach. Don't know where he is right now, but he needs to get on somebody's roster right now.
I like it, Chris Richard. I like that. That's a nice pick. Anybody else? Go ahead.
Some other popular names real quick, obviously, would be Cliff Kingsbury. I'm sure that's what he does.
Just about to say that.
Coming on the team. Oh, hey, I'll shut up so y'all can.
No, that's the hot name. Go ahead.
Oh, you saw that he got interviewed by the Bears, right? We talked about it in the Telegram. Then they went a different direction. So now
they got the guy from the Seahawks.
Yeah, I was gonna say just on the DC part. even with the whole saga, what happened with him and why he's not on this team anymore. I think Wink Martindale would be that good as hell for.
Yeah,
I agree.
For the Eagles. Even though there's been some times we've all seen it, he blitz too much.
Yeah.
He still brings that pressure, but it helps a lot. He's also helped.
But I ain't gonna lie, so does Brian Flores, and that shit worked.
He's helped a lot of defense with the Ravens, even with the Giants. When he has pieces around him, he's a damn good defensive coach. He can really make a difference.
And what they say, blitz, Bama, blitz.
Hey,
Blitz, Bama, blitz.
Really?
Nah, but like all just like Wink, I don't know if he can go there because you know how some teams get.
Yeah. You really still a giant. Yeah, you still a giant.
Can't go to a divisional rival, but if he can, I think Wink Martindale would be good as hell for the
Go ahead, Random.
Why can't I anticipate the Commanders completely cleaning house, and if they let Eric Bieniemy go, why don't you just go get him for Jalen Hurts?
Bro,
I don't know what.
Like they be violating.
Nah.
Bieniemy. I want him to get. I want him to get that.
No, no coordinator with his resume.
At this point, bro,
there has to be something behind the scenes for him.
It has to be beyond the.
Well, y'all remember when he first I think LaShawn McCoy came out or whoever it was talking bad about him. When he got to the Commanders, there was a lot of reports that I guess the players weren't really rocking with his style. Because he's more of a.
They're saying he was coaching too hard, whatever.
He's not a player caterer. He doesn't cater to he's gonna get in you if you messing up. If you're not doing, he's gonna get in you. He's gonna get on you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's why. That's that. No, but I know. But that's what I'm saying. So when you start putting that out, and you got former great players, not backing you, even though they played with you, I'm not saying it's right. But let's be real. That's what.
But real quick question though. But at that point in LaShawn McCoy's career, like he wasn't an impact player anymore. And I understand that maybe LaShawn McCoy's word may carry a little bit more with the Eagles than it does anywhere else because that's when he was at his best. But if the Commanders clean house and you're looking for an OC and his resume and Eric Bieniemy's resume, what? First of all,
but Random, you got to recognize at the same time because I'm also like, why is Eric Bieniemy not getting a job? But if we're hearing this surface level stuff from people like McCoy and the outside noise of the Commanders, imagine the stuff we're not hearing. There has to be way more stuff that just
even like Mahomes and Andy Reid have come out in support.
No, yeah, they can support him, but they've also been reports that he's a terrible interviewer. That was the thing too, because when he was getting interviewed every year. That was the report. Like, yeah, he's.
Then this must be some epic level because no coordinator with his
hard
resume.
to get along with. That he's like a jerk, stuff like those are like the little surface things. So like if people are saying like, oh, you're not gonna like him as a person. That's just the surface.
Maybe it's just me. Like he's shown that he can. Maybe it's just me. He's shown that he can be. He can produce. He's shown that he can turn things. He can make players better. And I'm obviously this. I'm not trying to compare the two, but Bill Belichick was not the nicest person ever, right? I mean, I'm just saying.
That's a head.
No, but all I'm saying is like you're looking for somebody, and I understand that he may not be the best person to be around, but like at the end of the day, like he's clearly shown that he's able to work with different people. He's able to showcase the best talent. It must be some epic level failure interviews. Then that's all I'm saying. He must be some epic level.
Here's my rebuttal to that. Because you brought up Bill Belichick, and even though that was a head honcho, yeah, he wasn't the nicest guy, but they won. You know what the difference is? Or you want to know what the similarity is? Soon as Tom Brady left, what did we start saying about Bill Belichick? We started questioning him. We started looking at him a little different. They're doing the same thing to Eric Bieniemy because when he became the OC, that just so happens to be the exact same time Mahomes took over.
Yeah.
So they're going to hold that against him. I'm not saying it's right. And then his first year as OC with the Commanders, even though Sam Howell was like top 3 in the league of passing, it was damn near Jameis year.
I don't know if you have the best quarterback in the league. You have the best quarterback in the league vouching for him publicly, which means they probably talked about him behind the scenes also, and the best coach in the league right now vouching for him as well. One of the best coaches. Like, I'm just saying,
randomly here,
Bill Belichick's job.
And I do want to. Speaking of the Commanders, another person is Ron Rivera for the DC job, for sure. We understand Ron Rivera, head coach, it ain't work. But Ron Rivera still has created really amazing defenses. We know on the Panthers, and last year the Commanders had a really good defense. I don't know what happened this year. It just took a pitfall this year. So if Ron Rivera wants to go like, all right, I'm not a head coach no more, but wants to call the defense for the Eagles, I mean, he's a potential name as well.
He really should be, man. Cancer looked like it took a lot out of him.
They already scheduled an interview with Brock Purdy for the Eagles DC job.
It really looked like cancer really took a lot out of him. First of all, it's crazy that he was still a head coach and doing that and fighting cancer at the same time. So maybe like just go ahead and relax and just try to.
And also too, bringing that up too, like I feel like with certain situations, I know it ain't always right, but like you can have a little bit of empathy. You have to fire that man. Y'all could have mutually parted.
Who, Ron Rivera?
Yeah, like even though he like you could have mutually parted ways. You know, it's not a big.
I'm not going to hear this. You're not going to want to hear this. You're not going to want to hear this.
It's not
you still have a job to do.
No, fair enough.
Not doing your job.
That's why I said mutually part ways. That's why I said mutually part ways.
By the way, Kellen Moore.
I hear that. I can hear that.
By the way, all reports indicate that Jim Harbaugh is going to take the Chargers job.
He just interviewed with Atlanta.
Yeah,
he just interviewed with Atlanta.
He's
got to make his route.
So how quickly should the Eagles maybe set an interview with Kellen Moore since he's out there?
Well, I don't know.
Michigan
just offered him a big bag to stay. So
who, Jim?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, he's gonna be. They offered him to be basically the highest paid coach.
So, I think he's done everything he's done in college, though. So I don't know.
Well, fellas, that was moving on from the head coaches. I got two quarterbacks. I forgot to put it in the chat, so my apologies. I thought I wrote the question down. Just moving too fast. Russell Wilson, Kirk Cousins. Where do they play next season? Which quarterback do you see could potentially win a Super Bowl in a better situation by the time their career is over with? Does any of them got one more Super Bowl? Well, does Russ have one more Super Bowl in him? Does Kirk have? I mean, does he even have one in him? Does he have a conference championship in him? I don't know. I know Jared Goff does, though.
I'll say this. Obviously, for Kirk, we have to see how he looks coming off the Achilles injury. Obviously, with his advanced age, but from everything that we've heard, he doesn't want to leave Minnesota. And I think Minnesota's just the right spot for him anyway. Russell is the one. I think he's his days of even contending for championships are over because now he's going to another team and people are talking. What was the names that came out? The Patriots,
Raiders,
the Raiders. Like these places are not
Atlanta as well.
And he's not even the guy that we thought. Man, if he goes, he's like the missing quarterback for a team that's ready to win. He's not even that anymore. Right. So I think at this point, Russell, you have to just find a way. Like, man, if you're just a consistent playoff quarterback again, to kind of save whatever legacy you got. Because remember, I was asking this at the end. I was like, when people were like, he's about to get cut, I was like, have you ever seen a fall off by a Super Bowl winning quarterback like this? And he's not even that old. How old is Russ? 34, 35?
He's 35.
Yeah, like we've never seen a fall off like this. At least I haven't since I've been watching.
He's the same age as Kirk.
They're both the same age.
But like I can say what I want obviously about Kirk, whether it's in prime time or in a postseason. Riddell's right. He has been playing better. He's been a better quarterback than Russ has.
Dak stuff.
I mean,
he does Dak stuff. He does Dak stuff.
You're not wrong. You're right, J-Ron. Because I've said for 2-3 years that Dak and Kirk Cousins are the exact same quarterback. One is black and one is white.
Yes.
He is Dak with better PR.
They're the same. Big numbers. They're gonna get you the yards. It's gonna look good. It will splash plays. They're the same.
And here's the only pushback that I'm gonna give on you, Random, about Kirk and like the difference between Kirk and Russ. Russ, when he went to this Broncos team, the first year we all thought they would be better. The defense was crazy. And then he was trash. Like, yes, Nathaniel Hackett is not good.
But Hackett was also
they both are trash.
And when the Jets hired him, crazy.
But that was just for Aaron Rodgers. That was just for Aaron Rodgers, bro. If Aaron Rodgers was going there, he wouldn't have got hired.
That was literally nepotism.
Facts.
This year, right? The defense took a bit of a step back. Russell Wilson wasn't playing bad, and mind you, they went on a stretch where literally if they didn't have a contract dispute, they could have competed for that 7.
Thank you.
They could have competed for. So this is what I'm saying, right? When we talk about Kirk, let's just be blunt about it. He did not have a Justin Jefferson, a TJ Hawkinson, a Jordan Addison, the last year of Dalvin Cook that you could salvage, and he didn't have that play call. Now, hear me out, because
that's facts, bro.
So I don't want. I'm talking about Russell Wilson.
Russell Wilson.
He didn't have that.
They were just talking about Kirk. Nah, they were just talking about G-Bay.
No, but he's right though. Keep going. Keep going.
He's right.
Yeah,
He's
I'm
right.
letting him cook.
So there's. I don't want this to be the long-term solution, but you mean to tell me if you give him a defense, but like it ain't gotta be nothing crazy, but a solid defense, good playmakers, like consistent ones, and a solid play caller, he can't make one more run?
I think my question
I
is.
think so too.
Wait, whoa.
I think so too.
Wait.
You know where I think he should
Wait.
go? You know what team I wait, hold on. You can
Don't
follow.
you dare say it,
I
J-Rob.
think I know what you're gonna say,
Don't
J-Rob.
you say it, J-Rob.
Just for 1 year. Just for 1 year.
Don't say it.
Send him to the A. Send him to the A.
Yes, sir.
Listen. It makes a lot of sense. Listen, if I'm Atlanta, hear me out, Random. I know it's out. Hear me out real quick.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm the A with my plethora of young talent and my young up and coming defense, there's two, 3 things I'm doing. I'm signing Russ. I'm drafting Jaden Daniels.
Thank you. Oh my God, you are cooking right now.
I am going to maximize the talent that I have right now, and I'm going to try to maximize my talent for the future.
Absolutely.
And listen, Bama, y'all know me. I am the first person that tell you I am a trial by fire guy when it comes to young quarterbacks. But I also have to admit, I saw Jordan Love, and that also kind of convinced me. Maybe you can really sit and come out and be good. But I've seen a lot of guys come out, sit, and be so trash that I didn't know what was the point of sitting them if he was sitting on some garbage anyway. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So Jordan Love definitely moved my mind on how that agenda may go. You sit behind somebody nice, things may get critical. So I like Atlanta. I think Atlanta is a place that needs a spark. I think Atlanta is a place whose media is kind of chiller. They media not all in your face. You don't got a bunch of coaching stuff with an ego. I think it's a good situation for Russ to come in. Because going to the Raiders, you still got to see Pat. You still got to get through Pat. You still got to get through Lamar. You still got to Pat going to get through Josh Allen. So we know that's what that's going to be. You got to see Joe Burrow. You got to see all these top dogs. CJ
Go
Stroud
to the NFC.
Go to the NFC South, where your biggest obstacle right now, no offense, G baby, is Baker Mayfield. And that's no slight to Baker. But if the biggest hurdle is the Buccaneers, it puts you in a prime place to at least try to salvage the back end of your career. And if I'm Russell Wilson, I'm looking at how Baker just changed life for himself, and I'm trying to do that. I'm not trying to end it like that.
And if you look at the other quarterbacks he got to go to,
let's
be real.
Russ is
Dak
still better.
Prescott, Kirk Cousins, Derek Carr, Baker Mayfield, like Jared Edge, my guy.
Yeah, you can take your chances.
He also don't strike fear in you either.
You can take your chances. Hold on. Before you go, Trent, and then you could go, Lonnie. We got a $20 super chat, so we got to read it right now. Shout out Jalen for going to the college ranks. Yes, sir, Jalen. I told you that was a good take. Another college coach that needs to be in the NFL is Jim Leonard. Facts. Always had a great defense as Wisconsin with lesser talent. Very true. And has great blitz schemes. Will love him in Green Bay. I like that.
They did fire their DC.
Yeah, that's a good point. Go ahead, Trent. And Wisconsin has always been putting up top 25 defensive numbers in college football.
Go ahead, Trent. With Kirk, bro, I don't think he's going anywhere. Me personally, I think they're going to keep Kirk for another year and draft a quarterback in this year's draft.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think Kirk was going now. Russ, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I think what you said about ATL, I think that should be the landing spot because ATL needs a QB.
Fact.
Or you needs a QB plus Russell, and then you draft the quarterback in that same draft, so you have to be ready. So
you set.
I think the perfect option, because I can't. What else team would Russ be able to go to?
The Steelers, but I wouldn't want to go to the AFC.
Steelers are a team.
The problem is, Trent, there are teams. My question is, do you want to go to the AFC?
I don't. If I'm Russell Wilson, I'm not going to the Steelers, respectfully. Even though they have a good tandem and their offense is pretty good, and they're actually a quarterback away from actually being something.
And some O-line help. Some O-line
help. I'm not going. I'm going to ATL, bro. You got their defense this year was pretty damn good. Jesse Bates been playing phenomenal. Got all them guys over there, AJ Terrell. And then we all know the offense is so goddamn talented. You got 3 first-round picks in that offense: Drake London, Bijan, Kyle Pitts, and Tyler Algier is not that bad.
Yeah, Cordell Patterson.
Cordell, man. They got all the pieces.
So you can also say they're a QB away from contending too, for real. And we look at this NFC. I'm not gonna say it's weak, but a lot of a team can make a run in that in NFC.
Nah, facts.
So
Lonnie,
do
before you go,
Yeah,
Lonnie,
I say Russell go there. Yeah.
Lonnie, before you go ahead, Randy.
I was gonna say, do you think where Russell goes is gonna dictate where Justin Fields or
Lonnie,
what happens with Justin
Lonnie,
Fields?
Lonnie, you can answer that because then I'll get to the point I was going to make.
Well,
And you can say
one, I do think Justin Fields would be a better fit for ATL, but here's why. Because I said I think I said the last few weeks, yo, if Bill goes to Atlanta, and shorts up that defense, and Russ goes to ATL, that's NFC Championship level, if not plus. But then someone reminded me, and this is what y'all forgot, because y'all just thinking football. Y'all not thinking like real world too. Who's Sierra's baby daddy?
Okay, future. That's crazy.
That's crazy, bro.
I like that.
That's actually a great. You know what's crazy? That's a phenomenal point.
Imagine Russell Wilson was to a man that takes over the
I just want to put this out here, Jalen. Russ is minding his business.
Future in
trying
the
to grab some food.
Future in the box at the Atlanta game.
Future in the suite.
He's just trying to get some food.
They start playing Future in the arena.
Turn your click up.
Yo,
turn your click up in your city that you playing for. He don't want to do that.
He gonna ban Future music.
All I can hear is before the game. Atlanta, give it up for your very own platinum recorded artist, Future. And then you hear them, I just fucked your man.
Tony Montana
going crazy. Oh, Russ, it would be crazy.
Or Russ could be like, I took your girl and your city. He wins or something. He could be like,
I'm also a better father for your son.
Facts.
Oh my God. Chill. I
Chill.
know that.
I'm with you there.
Whoa.
All I know is that, remember when Future threw some shade at Russ, and all Russ was sent was a picture of him and his son walking on the football field.
Shout out good dad.
Shout out to good dad Russ, man. Hey, Trent, the one thing I did want to say to you about the one thing I want to say though that you mentioned that I also feel about the Atlanta move though for Russ, I know the Future thing is hilarious, but the reason why the move to me works is because you have 3 or 4 young weapons who know that they can go right now. They don't need no more battle wounds. They could go right now. And don't find yourself in a situation like the New York Jets that have 1,000-yard receiver, 900 almost 1,000-yard running back, and you completely wasting the first 2-3 years of their careers with the nonsense because wait on another rookie to be good right away. Guys getting impatient. They're trying to win games. They realize that, let's be honest, as much as you want to get these all-pro accolades and all of this stuff, fellas, you got to win in order to do that. Not too many players is getting all-pro accolades with losing records unless your name is Sauce Gardner, you're the best corner in football, or your name is Quincy Williams. So unless you're one of those type of guys, you're not going all-pro with a losing record. Like, you need to be able to show the world that you can do what you got to do. Go ahead, Riddell. Go ahead, Lonnie.
To finish my point, no, but football-wise, Russ would be perfect in ATL. Now, when it comes to Cousins, also with ATL, I don't think Jaden's going to make it to number 8 or whatever. ATL would have to draft up. So drafting up and signing Russ, I feel like that's a lot of investment in the QB that I don't know if ATL is going to do. But for the Kirk Cousins situation, I think he should stay with the Vikings, but I think the Vikings should probably get JJ McCarthy. They can let him play the first few games. They can let him play the first few games.
JJ McCarthy overhated crazy. Get your Ohio State bias at your heart, J-Rob.
I'm not hating on him. But y'all got to stop acting like JJ McCarthy is showing y'all enough to be like, wow, let's embed our future in him, bro. I'm sorry.
Hold on. Quick rebuttal question.
No, this is just, to me, this is just a younger version of Stetson Bennett, man, honestly.
J-Rob, wow, that is nasty. J-Rob, quick rebuttal question. How do you feel about Bo Nix?
Spare me the Bo Nix noise too. Spare me that too.
Nah, bro.
The
reason why I give y'all Bo Nix because at least them boys put up numbers. JJ McCarthy literally went out there and was an average quarterback on a solid all-around team.
It's not hate.
I'm really asking. Did he break 3,000 yards passing this year?
Let's look it up.
Like, that's a serious question.
He did not. He was 29. He was 29.90.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Because look,
I just feel like
no
Trent. I'm just saying. I genuinely believe. I literally wholeheartedly believe that JJ McCarthy's not viewed as what he is because his numbers is not a wow factor. That's
bro,
really
he don't. As somebody who knows what it, for somebody who I've heard say he don't jump off the screen. Y'all telling me JJ McCarthy jumped?
I didn't say he's a jump off the
screen, bro. And the other part, and my other thing too about JJ McCarthy is, I look at, for example, when we look at his contemporaries, Drake May is making pop off the screen plays, bro, doing things that look different. What I'm saying is, y'all be trying to talk to me like JJ's first round.
No, J-Rob.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Wait. Hold on.
You hear him?
J-Rob, I just heard.
So if it's not surprising to him, then that means people think he's a first round talent, bro. I don't see it.
J-Rob, listen to me.
I don't see it.
I said,
for example, hold up. Here's the thing, though. The reason why we think he's most likely going first round.
He's younger than me.
But here's the thing, though. Wait. The thing
Lamar was younger than him, and he was doing.
That was racist. We know he should have went top 5, bro.
But J-Rob, the thing is though, J-Rob,
that was racist.
The reason why we think like JJ McCarthy, while they're going round 1, is because so many teams need. This is a quarterback needy draft this year. That's the reason because JJ McCarthy, Bo Nix, they should be day 2 guys, in my opinion. But it's not going to happen because there's a lot of people who either had quarterback injuries or are drafting for the future. Like, for example, the Vikings, what else do they really need? Yeah, you could say defense, but real talk, they know Kirk Cousins is probably going to come back and they need a quarterback for the future. If they want to waste a first-round pick on him, that's not crazy because of how many teams need quarterbacks. The Saints need a future quarterback. The Falcons, the Bears, not the Cardinals.
Yo, G baby, at least Mac Jones threw for 5,000. At least. Hold on. Let me finish. All right. Yo, at least when Josh Allen was coming out of Wyoming, he was wilding. At least Zach Wilson. I'm talking about from the splash plays, the numbers, the splash plays. I'm not talking about the interceptions and all of that. But when I look at those players, right, we're drafting McCarthy off the potential. That's why I'm saying for a potential prospect, because you're not drafting him off of his numbers and you think he's an elite talent as a passer. You're drafting him off of what you think his potential is as a quarterback. And when I look at other quarterbacks in the history of the game that have been drafted purely off their potentials, I thought Zach Wilson was going to be a bust, but I cannot argue the splash plays he made in college that made people decide, hey, we'll risk the happiness of J-Rob and the Jets fan base over this kid. That's why all of these players go as high as they go off their splash plays. And all I'm saying with JJ McCarthy, this is no slight to him because he's the best quarterback that Michigan has ever had. He's 3-0 against Ohio State. He's been an absolute nightmare. But Trey Lance played 19 games and went first round. Shout out to Dream On for just bringing him up strictly off his physicals. I have not seen JJ McCarthy's physicals jump me, and I think he could run good for sure. He's going to be a great runner. But the arm and all of that has not come off my screen.
But J-Rob, that's not last thing real quick. But last thing real quick. I think most of us here recognize, we know if we're really grading him, JJ McCarthy is not a first round quarterback.
No, he's not.
That we are not arguing. We are not arguing that. I am arguing, however, that when you have a draft class where so many teams need them, there's gonna be pushed above other guys. They really should. Perfect example, J-Rob. Josh Rosen should not have been a first round quarterback. And why did he go number 10? Because they needed him, and he was the last one available. Well, I'm sorry. Was Lamar in that class? Because they should have got one. Lamar should have got picked. We all know that was racist.
Are you serious? Josh Rosen was way better than JJ McCarthy in college.
In college,
on talent, yes. In college, on talent. If you go off the talent, if you go to the arm,
everything combined, that last year was really bad for Josh Rosen. So was Sam Darnold.
If you talk about, really bad. No, but that's my point, though. But that's my point. Those players, to me, were worse than JJ McCarthy, but all had higher potential than JJ McCarthy to me. And they went higher because of it. My issue with JJ McCarthy is nothing about the ability to win.
NFL scouts.
Because NFL facts. It's never about JJ McCarthy's ability to win games, because I've seen him win games. But he has not, to me, wowed me enough at all to be like, yeah, I'm gonna put my hopes and dreams on this kid. Like, even Stetson Bennett.
Dog. Stop. I
think
G-Baby, it's not like JJ McCarthy didn't have great talent either or something, right? It's not like he didn't play for the Michigan Wolverines, right? Number one team in the country, right?
Talent was crazy.
Come on, not like this is not the number one team in the country.
Talent was crazy at Michigan. Are you serious?
Not like Roman Wilson is not a dog. Roman Wilson is not him.
Okay,
Coach Jim Harbaugh.
He was throwing the plumbers, Bama. He was throwing the plumbers.
I'm not saying he's throwing the plumbers.
He was throwing the plumbers, Bama.
Okay, hold on. I'm not waiting for G. Well, G, we know. We know Stetson Bennett was a senior citizen. But my point is with JJ McCarthy. We acting like
I know he was a senior citizen. I'm saying at least he put up some numbers. 4K. Can I get 4K out you?
But
Hold on. Yo, G baby.
I think JJ McCarthy.
G baby. Lonnie, you did open a can of words. G baby. Tell me, be honest with me. Y'all gotta be honest with me, gang. 2,900 yards. That's it.
That's my point. You're making my point. You're making my point, J-Rob. I literally said,
yo, you know what that 2,900 tell me? Man, you know what that 2,900 tell me? They got more faith in Blake Corum than they do in the quarterback.
But you're making my point, though. JJ,
that's all I got, bro.
He's not looked at what he is because of his numbers don't look crazy. JJ McCarthy is a good ass quarterback to me. I think he could be good in that.
Good ass quarterback.
Okay, why can't he?
Yo, it's crazy. To me, he do what Brock Purdy do, and you praise him. He do what Brock Purdy do. He do what Brock Purdy do, and you think he's a. You spent the whole year. You spent the whole year. Now, I was being nasty with the Stetson Bennett. That was crazy. Nah, but you're being nasty because you be on Purdy for what he do, and you don't think he's a high tier quarterback for what he do.
I think JJ McCarthy.
He do this thing JJ McCarthy doing. Listen. If you told me that the 49ers, if you told me JJ McCarthy was going to get drafted by the 49ers, I'd be all for it.
I think JJ McCarthy is not a day one guy.
Trent thinks he's a day one guy.
I'm not bona fide and saying he's a first round guy. All I'm saying is that if somebody takes him in the late first round, I'm not batting an eye. He's the youngest quarterback. I think the youngest quarterback in the draft class. He has good arm talent. We know the nigga's more mobile. He can move. He can.
Why can't JJ McCarthy be Jordan Love? Why can't JJ McCarthy sit for 2 years and be Jordan Love?
Like,
why can't JJ McCarthy?
That point about him being the youngest quarterback. That point about him being the youngest quarterback in the draft is very mute now, just due to COVID and everybody.
How is it mute? He was the
because if it wasn't for COVID, you just gotta look at his skill set. Don't worry about him being young, bro. You worry about his ceiling.
He was like 18 when he got.
You worry about his ceiling, bro. And there's no way that you tell me in a draft where everybody don't always have 7 draft picks. Sometimes they have 3 for the year. Sometimes they have 4. Sometimes they have 5.
Wait. Can I show you something quick?
It is no way you can sit there and tell me after looking for the best players in the world that JJ McCarthy falls up under the 300 best players in the world right now, bro. You're saying he's not
a draftable guy?
Are you crazy?
So let me ask you this.
Yapping like shit. You're saying
JJ McCarthy should be undrafted?
God, you are. I swear to God, you are. He's not a dick. What are you talking about?
JJ McCarthy is a 6th. He's a 6th or 7th round draft pick.
What?
He's a backup quarterback. He's a 6th round draft pick.
Jalen, this is
hold on. Go ahead.
Because JJ McCarthy is AJ McCarron at Alabama.
You sound dumb as hell. How is he? Wait, explain it. Explain it.
Wait. Can I explain it?
No. He just said he's AJ McCarron.
One mic, y'all. One mic. Let's just finish this thing, and then we gotta let Lonnie finish his point because the whole JJ McCarthy. I need to show y'all something. I need to show y'all something because listen, this is why he cannot be Jordan Love, G baby. Because I don't believe he's doing this, King. I don't think JJ McCarthy is doing this, brother. I don't think that's JJ McCarthy. So I don't see the development. After how many JJ McCarthy, Jordan Love has had that level of an arm since I seen him coming out of college, bro. That's a fact. Oops, excuse me. Let me fix this.
Yeah, please, Lonnie, please finish your point.
Go ahead, Lonnie. Go ahead, Lonnie.
Okay.
Because I'm on Jalen's ass after this.
Well, the original reason why I said JJ McCarthy, like it took 10 minutes for G Baby to like dissect what I was saying, because he said it because Cousins is gonna come back and probably gonna sign him off the Achilles to like probably a 2-3 year deal. So you can sit him, or if you don't like JJ, there's still Michael Penix. There's still other quarterbacks that you can sit for a good 2-3 years.
Michael Penix, Warren Moon. Yeah, go ahead, Lonnie. Finish.
You can get a quarterback that you can learn from Cousins for a good 2-3 years.
Can he finish?
Go ahead. I'm not even going to interrupt. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm just that was just like, yo, you can get a quarterback that you can sit for 2-3 years to learn under Kirk Cousins, but you can also play him for a little bit while Kirk Cousins is getting back from the Achilles injury. That's it. Y'all can go kill each other now. Like, damn.
Nah, we need little Warren Moon in the mix. Random. Your thoughts on this whole conversation, bro? I know this went crazy, so I didn't know this was gonna go so left over JJ McCarthy. I didn't know. See, 2,900 yards, and we going crazy about this.
Before random go, J-Rob, because see, I be watching football like I just watch the games. I don't be a stat merchant, but when I do be a stat merchant,
here you go,
bro, I be looking at them quarterbacks that pass for like 2,500, 2,900. They 6th round draft picks, and by the 3rd year they're out of the NFL. You talking about Trent right here, who plays sports? You talking about just because I feel like he's a good quarterback? Given the
I didn't say that.
All them quarterbacks that put up them type of numbers.
Who said that?
No. You said he was a good quarterback, Trent.
Yes, I did, but I said I feel like he's a good quarterback. I said why he was.
Okay, so you feel like a team should risk in the late first, not he's a top first round, but in the first round in general, right? You're gonna waste a first round draft pick when recent NFL history have showed you the guys that put up these type of numbers are out of the NFL in like 2 to 3 years, bro. Like,
okay,
I'm not just gonna go against more than you. So basically, what you're saying is. JJ McCarthy is finna transcend history, bro.
No. That's not what we're saying.
That's what you're saying.
No, Bama. This is
I ain't say he gonna be top 5.
First and foremost,
no, regardless of being top 5, Trent. No. Listen, because look, in order for him to do whatever y'all saying, he is going to have to stay on a roster more than 3 or 4 years, was what I'm trying to tell you. And what I just told you, kids that don't listen, them quarterbacks had his type of numbers rarely stay in the league past 3 years, bro, because it's just a different speed of a game, bro. Like, yes, you can get away with that in college, bro, because the game is so much slower. Everybody's not going to the NFL. When you got them crazy NFL defense, like I said, my year 2, year 3,
look at stats on why people go. Hold up, Bama. Go ahead.
This is where you keep getting us confused because I don't think me or Trent genuinely, like, if we're grading him, I'm not calling JJ McCarthy. I'm not even calling Bo Nix a first-round quarterback. But the other aspect that you have to look at in this year's draft class, so many teams need quarterbacks for the future because not everyone is going to get a quarterback this year, obviously, because there's a class next year we got to worry about too. That's also deep. However, because like I said, I call JJ McCarthy a day 2 guy. If somebody got him on day 2 to sit him and just wait and see, fine, cool. I don't think you should waste a top 10 pick on him. I don't think Bo Nix should go in the top 10, and that's a possibility. So therefore, I think the only quarterbacks, me personally, that should go in this first round, Caleb, Drake, Jaden. Those are the only 3 I think can come in and change your franchise right now. Everybody else, they got to sit away.
And the reincarnation of Warren Moon. Now go ahead, Random.
No, I'm not going. I'm not.
Go ahead, Random. No.
Is he talking about Michael Penix?
Yes.
Warren Moon. Yes, little Warren Moon. Yes. Baby Warren Moon. Yes. That's little Moon. Y'all, you know what we call him? We call him Half Moon. Half Moon. My dog love Half Moon. Go ahead.
Okay, I've always thought
Oh wait,
that.
go ahead, Randall.
I've always thought that with JJ, he should. I always thought he needs more time to kind of cement in college. The only reason I think he's leaving is because Harbaugh is leaving. Because if Harbaugh stays, then I would tell him to stay at Michigan. Because even if you watch some of the games this year, they were managing him more than anything else. They never truly put the game in his hands. He was never like the guy who won them the game.
Stop lying. Stop acting like he's that guy.
He's never that guy. If realistically,
stop acting like he's capping, bro. He's been playing for Michigan for 3 years. Stop acting like he's capping. That's true, bro.
No, if you talk about specifically this year in the specific games, wow, if y'all we all agree.
Come on, bro. There's definitely been games this year he put up 15 Denver numbers.
Do we all agree in certain games if shit ain't broke, don't fix it, right?
Absolutely, but you can clearly tell they don't have the confidence in him.
All right.
They don't have the confidence in him.
So confident.
They don't have the confidence to fully put the game on his
I'm gonna just be honest. Hold on, let me just go to this extreme right here.
Right? Couldn't beat out K Mac.
Can I before you go, Random? Can I just go to this extreme right here? I just want to go to this one extreme. So for instance, what y'all using with JJ McCarthy, right? Y'all was talking about the run game. So if the run game working, why go against it? If the run game working with Caleb Williams, they still gonna pass that ball.
What?
They still gonna find a way to put the ball in his hands so he can
You brought up the number
and make some plays. Whether the run game busting or not.
I mean, even Drake
whether the one game busting, but I had to go to the most
Michael
extreme.
Penny.
That's why I said let me go to the most extreme. Though.
Like you going to the best QB in the class,
or Michael Penny,
the best passer in the class.
Michael Penny.
Why would you go to
Michael
that
Penny, Drake May? You could pick any one of them quarterbacks. Even when the run game was buzzing, bro, they still put the ball in their hands for them to make a play too.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Did Michigan not have like top 2 or the best run game in the country?
You still missing the
No, it's no.
Regardless of the run game.
I know. No. Here's a perfect example. Here's a perfect example, Bama.
What I just said. If the run game is buzzing, regardless.
What do you mean regardless?
Figure out a way to put the ball in somebody like Caleb's hands or Drake May's hands.
They don't have a run game.
Oh, it's broke, so we're not gonna touch it.
They had the best run game in the country. Here's a perfect example. In the Penn State game, we only threw the ball 8 times. Why the hell would I throw the ball and my running back is getting 10, almost a first down every fucking carry? Why would I throw the ball?
Especially coming from you, Bama.
Why would I throw the ball? You're a running back. That's the fullback. Why would I not run the ball?
Bama, you're kind of disappointing me right now because for someone who loves the situational football and not just looking at the numbers, you should understand if I have the best run game in the freaking country and I'm getting 6-7 yards a carry, I don't need to throw the ball because I'm getting a first down.
Because it woke up something when Random said it, bro. They are damn near running the ball how they ran with Daniel Jones to stop that accident from happening. It's like they're trying to protect something.
Compare that? There's no way you just compare that. Okay, so
it's almost they are running the ball to like they're trying to protect something.
Talk to me when they put the ball against his hands against Bam, what did he do?
Who?
When they put the ball in his hands versus Joe Crimson Tide, what did he do? Did he not get the job done? Did he not convert? There's been times we've seen J.J. McCarthy put the ball in his hands and he's made plays with it. That's why I say.
I just think Blake Corum carried them boys on their back.
Listen, weren't y'all wins or QB stat guys?
Yes. Listen. But if you do it like Jimmy G, I'm always fighting back on you. If you do it like Brock Purdy, I'm fighting back on you. And I've always consistently done that. I consistently always fought that. I always. They can't say that's not a consistent.
They love bringing up.
Listen. But hold on. Listen, fellas, to me, listen, JJ McCarthy, I'm gonna say it again. I think he has talent. I think he's athletic. I think he's gonna be able to. I think for what the modern game is, he can find his niche. I'm not even saying he may not succeed in the NFL, but my issue, and it's not really with y'all two, because y'all didn't really say it. Y'all said it, y'all could see why. But to me, from what he did in his college career, I've seen a lot of splendid college careers with splendid endings, not ending first-round draft picks or second-round draft picks. And I understand what you're saying about J.J. McCarthy, but to be honest, fellas, if Jim Harbaugh was coming back to Michigan, Bama hit on those. J.J. McCarthy coming back too. J.J. McCarthy just know that right now coming out is the best time to maximize his draft stock coming off this year. Because I think if I'm him, based on what I've saw, I would probably come back to school, but you got to crap buying it now. And I do hope, and this is the thing, I think he's going, a guy like JJ McCarthy, who y'all put on the nose, he's very young. Him, to me, is all going to be around what team drafts him and what coach goes out their way to develop him. Now, that's not a slight to him. I just don't think a first or second round draft pick, to me, I will put it on JJ McCarthy. I'm with it. But I still think he can play though. I do think he can play.
Phenomenal question for you. I have a phenomenal question.
Go ahead.
Can you not say the same thing about Baby Warren Moon?
Nah,
if he doesn't have a great line,
what?
I think Michael Penix is the better player.
I can't say that.
Better player.
I'm gonna tell you why I can't say that. I'm gonna tell you why I can't say that. Because there's two differences between Warren Moon and y'all both being too ignorant. Y'all watch all 22s. And y'all know schematics. So your question is not phenomenal. So I'm gonna tell you where the difference lies between the two players. That team strictly put their faith into the hands of Baby Warren Moon. Now, granted, older player. But in them clutch moments, them ball was going in his hands. The numbers, insane. He's a better arm. He throws a better ball right now than JJ McCarthy. I've seen. Yeah, come on, G baby. Don't make no face. That ain't crazy. Don't make no face. Now, JJ mobility, better. Injury history, better. Age and potential, better. But what I know right now of Michael Penix, from what I've seen, I know that if I can get him an O-line, because at the end of the day, for JJ McCarthy, fellas, he's definitely not succeeding in the NFL either without a good O-line. So we're talking about from an NFL standpoint. Yeah. If I had to take both these guys in the first round, knowing the information I have about them, I'm going to take Penix because I think JJ is still more of a mystery. At least I know with Michael Penix, the limited mobility and the O-line are things I want to make sure I have to shore up. Good weapons, I'm going to have to shore up. But I like the arm talent. I think he has more in terms of being a leader, winning intangible. I think he got the same amount as JJ. He's shown he could be a leader. He's shown he could thrive through adversity. So Penix is only 23 years old, so we can't act like he stupid old.
Out here.
You're not Brandon Whedon, and I'm not, and I don't really old tax people either because you never heard me old tax.
But my thing is, Jay,
so don't even.
My main thing with that, the same things that to me, from my perspective, that you say with JJ, that he needs like a damn near a good situation around for him to really pan out. I think it's the same for Michael Penix. We talked about him. What's his name? Don't get twisted. He balled out this year, but let's not act like the situation that he had this year. You playing with 3 NFL wide receivers, got one of the best on-lines in the country. He had a great. We talk about situations for Michigan.
Okay, but he had but his two situations, his 2 years though at Washington were better than JJ's 2 years.
Oh yeah, but let's not act like his situational was not clearly way better though. You playing with almost a top 10.
I ain't gonna lie, and I could say from a talent standpoint, from the entirety of both teams, is even in terms of the talent they play. They both play with NFL rosters. Right or wrong? It's even in terms of the entire rosters.
Hell no, I'm talking about from an offensive standpoint. Hell no, I don't think it's even.
Trent, stop acting like you didn't hear what the fuck I said. I said by the entire rosters of both teams. I said that's literally where I started. If you could say the wide receiver talent had the edge, but if you look at the totalities of the team in terms of what they had, bro, the talent levels all across the board were better.
Michael Penix with. He's not good off structure. We talking about JJ McCarthy's like stats and this and that and how he is as a player.
Wasn't JJ McCarthy's first pass in the playoffs a pick? Like, let's talk about
Michael Penix had
let's not act like JJ McCarthy is showing.
I'm not saying JJ McCarthy's better than Penix. I'm just confused.
What's confusing me is you trying to make an argument for Michael Penix where I've seen him do more in the air.
Me personally, if you don't think JJ's like a late first or second round guy, I don't think you should think Penix either. JJ's way more younger, and he has. Like I said it again. I'm gonna say it.
Young shit.
What, Bama?
This young shit.
That don't make sense to me.
He did his 3 years in college.
Okay.
Could have did a fourth, but he chose to come out. You are talking about a group of individuals that is manipulating something in the system. That is
he was a freshman in 2021. So bringing up COVID
has always been nothing but
he was a freshman in 2021.
The draft.
You understand COVID happened in 2020?
He's a junior. He's drafted.
He was a freshman in 2021, so he's already that COVID thing doesn't matter.
No. What you keep bringing up that COVID shit, bro. What I'm telling you,
You brought it up, not me.
Because you keep bringing up him being young.
Oh, yeah, Michael Penix is only 23. He's born in 2000.
What I'm trying to explain to you boys, right? That being young, right? If it wasn't for COVID and all of them dudes start getting all of this extra eligibility, right? He would just be in the draft with other 20 and 21-year-olds. So you would lose that point. You see what I'm saying? If it just wasn't for that crazy instance. So you just have to go off of his intangibles, the trait all of that. Him being young should not be looked at, hey, man, he's young in a year where a bunch of athletes is manipulating a part of a system. If you go back literally 3-4 years before all of that COVID shit, bro, in the draft, everybody in there was 20 and 21 and 22.
How did he
everybody? So if we go back 3 or 4 years, what would be the case for JJ McCarthy then? It wouldn't be the age. So you would have to look at his skill set. If we go back to the original argument of skill set, he is a 6th-round quarterback. If we go back to the original argument,
not a 6th-round quarterback.
How is he
6th-round quarterback?
How is he a 6th-round quarterback?
You can't just go, he's a 6th-round quarterback and not say how. Y'all niggas say he was AJ McCarron. Hey, please tell me.
No. I didn't say he was AJ
McCarron. Please tell me from a quarterback standpoint. Please tell me how is he a 6th-round draft pick? Because you want to go home. Because you brought up dumb numbers. You brought up the numbers and majority of quarterbacks went. No, what's his name? Bring up 2,000 yards, 17 touchdowns. They go 6 or 7 rounds. Right. I've seen multiple quarterbacks have them same exact stats and go top 5. I'm not saying JJ McCarthy top 5 pick, but I've seen guys go off there because of their tools ability. AKA Anthony Richardson.
What got?
Anthony Richardson showed way more upside. Anthony Richardson, 2,000 yards.
Young man.
To me, he only went top 5 because of his tools. What are you talking about?
Yeah, you think JJ McCarthy's tools are Anthony Richardson?
I'm not. No. I just said. I literally said.
That's not what
I didn't say that. I didn't say. No, I didn't. What are you saying? I literally said right after I said that. I said JJ McCarthy's tools is not top 5, but when he brings as a quarterback to me. If somebody was to take him a late or early 2nd round, I'm never going to be mad at it. JJ McCarthy's a good quarterback. Y'all looking at the stats and saying,
no. Stop saying that. I watch as much Big Ten football. Shut up. Stop saying that.
I'm not talking about you, J-Rob. I'm talking about Bama and Jalen.
I'm part of the argument, though. But I don't think their point in bringing that up is a bad point. You know why it's not a bad point?
Why?
Because we've been watching drafts our entire life, Trent. We've been fans of the game forever. People will look at that and knock him for that. Some scouts are going to look at 2,900.
You didn't say
I know, yeah.
That's why I'm talking to Bama and Jalen because they said 6th-round draft pick.
If you let me answer, I will tell you. Please explain. Same thing with the AJ McCarron. If you go back to Alabama, AJ McCarron won a national title, put up 42 points in the national title, beat the shit out of Notre Dame as well in the national title. Okay. But if you look at the dynamic of it, that whole team was centered around, hey, we're going to figure out how to put the ball in these running backs' hands as much as possible and our best playmakers outside of AJ McCarron. He is just so happened to be the quarterback, so he touches the ball every play. But if you look at back against LSU, what did AJ McCarron do? Throw a screen to TJ Yeldon. We didn't put nothing down the field because we wanted to keep it out of control of AJ McCarron, who was our lackluster athlete on offense, and put it into all the superpower athletes on offense. So I'm not finna go down the field in crunch time. Guess what I'm finna do? I'm finna start throwing screens. And did we win that game or not, Trent?
Yeah,
same thing with JJ McCarthy, bro.
Not the same thing.
You rely heavily on Blake Corum and number 7.
But the thing is, though,
we saw the national championship game.
But wait, the thing is though, between AJ McCarron, we knew AJ McCarron was a bum. He never pushed the ball down the field.
You just use your Alabama bias, bro. You just use your Alabama bias. AJ McCarron performed very well throughout.
He was a bum. He was a straight bum on a solid, crazy Alabama squad. Don't compare that. He was a straight bum. You know he was. He was a white Blake Sims that couldn't run.
Hey,
Vic Fangio out at Miami.
That's correct. Oh wow. But again, I don't understand you comparing AJ McCarron and them Alabama quarterbacks like the Blake Sims, the Brady Court, dumb quarterbacks. They never pushed the ball down the field. They just got it to their guys and let them rock. I've seen JJ McCarthy multiple times, even in the Bama game, late clutching situations, push the ball down the field. Him, not Blake Corum, not what's his name, Donovan Edwards, JJ McCarthy. You brought up AJ McCarron. A straight
And I
doodle bomb.
I saw games where AJ McCarron pushed the ball down the field on Amari Cooper, all of them. But I'm not even finna do that. We can
Stop,
pick up
bro.
instances where this
Stop,
happened.
bro. Stop.
I saw Michigan rely on their run game in the national
I know.
championship.
It's the best in the game.
I hate
the best run game in the country. Why would you not?
I hate. Wait. I
It's a
hate.
dumb point to bring up. It's the best run
hold
game
up.
in the country.
I absolutely can't
No doubt.
stand when y'all bring up relying on a run game as a knock. When what do y'all call Tom Brady? One of the greatest game managers because he would dink and duck down the field. We just got in an argument about Josh Allen because he don't let his team.
This bullshit. Bringing up Tom
No.
Brady.
You guys are listening to the
try to win games in the
You're
NFL. That's
listening to the
different.
player
It's
name
different,
and not
baby.
the analogy. Y'all will hype up and
Yo, wait, can I just say something, yo?
Situations relying on their run game.
The AJ McCarron comp might not be kind of
I'm
crazy.
telling y'all, man. Go watch AJ McCarron.
Yo, if you would have take out, if I would have just
Jalen,
hold on.
We got to get Jalen some extra points because he cooked with that.
Bro, y'all saying, bro, come on, bro. And y'all just like
Nah, look. Trent, listen. This is why.
Let me hear it.
If you close your eyes, right? Close your eyes. I'll give you two players, right? In their junior year of college.
Give them a bunch of stats.
Now listen, just hear me out though. I didn't know how I didn't know how close it was, gang. I didn't know how close it was. Look.
Yes.
Junior year. 67 completion percentage, 2,933 yards, 9 yards in the attempt, 30 passing touchdowns, 3 interceptions. 2,900 passing yards, 22 touchdowns, 4 interceptions.
Could you not say
64% completion percentage? Both players were true juniors.
Hey, Rob, now let me ask you.
The guy with the 30 touchdowns,
AJ
McCarron.
It looks worse on AJ McCarron's part because he's playing with the Infinity Stones on his team.
But one of his Infinity Stones,
one of the greatest.
Is in the. But you just said we can't tax him for having a good run game.
What you
Michigan had a great run
okay?
game.
So
That's
again,
the country.
And Alabama at that time, Alabama only had a run game. We only had one receiver, and that was a freshman, Amari Cooper.
Amari Cooper. So Bama was Amari Cooper not one of the best
That was at the beginning. It was at the beginning.
Y'all brought up JJ McCarthy's offensive talent like it's crazy or something. You're comparing him to Alabama quarterback.
AJ
McCarron played with Amari Cooper. Amari Cooper's one of the best college receivers of all time. What are you talking about?
It is a freshman Amari
Cooper.
You act like he didn't play with none other guys.
Huh?
Did he not play with other guys? Do we need to do a football reference of the Alabama rosters now, bro?
Yes, you have to. Them receivers you finna bring up, boy, you finna be sick, bro. You finna start seeing people like Darius Stewart, Darius Hanks. Bro, you talking to a real Alabama fan, boy. I'm really finna name off some of them receivers before this.
Listen. So bringing that up is stupid.
Let's move on, though. I
J-Rob,
love the conversation.
They relied on the run game.
I ain't gonna lie. Shout out to Lonnie for taking us down this rabbit hole. The moment JJ McCarthy,
that's what the number one man does, man. Like he has everybody else at their throats.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Fangio apparently is leaving Miami for Philly.
Who?
Vic
Fangio.
Fangio. Leaving Miami for Philly.
Yeah, I'm about to say random. Take it away because I saw you react to that. So you could comment on JJ McCarthy, fellas. Don't comment on what he says. Whatever he says, that's his opinion. And then you could get on the Vic Fangio thing because that's crazy. Lonnie, thank you for that. Regardless, I don't know if that was meant to go into this, but that was dope. I didn't realize. I'm glad we got to talk about that. Go ahead.
Obviously with JJ, I just mentioned how Jim Harbaugh felt like sometimes when we were watching, they was managing him. But me with Vic Fangio, I thought the most important person for the Dolphins besides Tua, it's Vic Fangio himself. Like, wasn't this his first year with the Dolphins?
No, he wasn't there. I thought he got there last year. No, wait, where was Fangio? No, he was in Denver.
He was in Denver. And I mentioned when Sean Payton was hired in Denver, he did his damnedest to get Vic Fangio to come back as his DC, which is crazy because Denver fired him, and he still somehow Sean Payton thought that was going to work. So I thought giving Vic Fangio some time to mold that Dolphins defense the way he wanted. I thought that's why I said the statement where I thought he was the second most important person in that organization. But with him going to Philly, which is crazy, what did Philly offer him for him to leave the Dolphins? Maybe also the fact that, man, I don't have to play Mahomes, I don't have to play Allen twice a year. All that obviously helps, but I think that's a huge loss for Miami. Like, what are you doing now?
Where are y'all seeing that he's going to Philly?
Bleacher Report.
Oh, it's dead posted.
Mm-hmm. If he's going to Philly, that's a Philly. I think Philly. Even all the names we said, is there a better name than him? Than all the names we said for that DC spot? I don't think so.
I mean, unless you hire the DC out of, I want to say maybe the DC out of
Georgia.
No, Baltimore, McDonald.
Mm-hmm.
He might be another one. I'm trying to think of another good defense. The DB coach for the Cowboys,
Al Harris.
Mm-hmm. I know people may not want to admit it, but I know because obviously when you're tied to the Cowboys, Al Harris is a good one too. Because Deron Bland was an All Pro because Al Harris know how to coach some DBs. I didn't see him being All Pro level corner without.
Apparently, his family's in Philly, and that's why Miami's letting them part ways so he can be closer to his family.
Okay.
Oh, okay, that's awesome.
And that's good.
But,
that's cool.
Random, do you think that puts more pressure? And then Riddell, you go next. Do you think that puts more pressure on Sirianni because bringing in new people in, obviously, so he's counting. So he's his new coordinators. He's pretty much banking on them. Like
this reminds me of, remember when they brought Dan Quinn in to help McCarthy? This kind of gives me that same kind of vibe. Obviously, Fangio's giving his life to the game, right? And obviously his first stint as a head coach didn't go well, but we know that he can coach up some defense. Right. So immediately Nick Sirianni has to be like, look, I need a good OC to match now. Now you got to get that side of the ball figured out. And I expect Vic Fangio, especially with the talent, maybe he looks at Bradbury and say, my boy, we just ain't gonna work out. You just not gonna work for me or anything like that. I'm expecting a little bit more from the Eagles now in terms of their turnaround from how this season ended, because you got a guy who everywhere he's been, except for I guess you can say the Dolphins, but I would argue that he just didn't have enough time with the Dolphins to showcase what he can truly do. Mm-hmm. That he's a guy that I'm like, oh my God, Sirianni, if you don't get this done, like it's it for you, because we definitely giving you everything we can.
It's a hot seat year.
And they're not going to fire their GM anytime soon because that GM hitting. It seems like he always finding somebody, whether it's the trade, whether it's the draft. So Sirianni, you on borrowed time now. Like I can't. We don't got time anymore.
I agree.
Short of McCarthy, he has the second hottest seat in the NFL right now. Him, Eberflus, and
Sean
McCarthy.
I think McDermott, and believe it or not, Dable. The ball.
I don't think it's hot.
If the Giants go out there and bomb it up another year, his seat officially gets hot because there's.
Is he the one who wanted Daniel Jones?
I'll be honest, Dable don't strike me as a guy who would want Daniel Jones.
Oh, okay.
And also, you saw his first season.
Did he want Daniel Jones? Did he want Daniel Jones, Trent? Yeah, why you keep hiding, bro?
All right, now I'm off of Dable, bro. I'm off of Dable.
Oh my God, which is crazy because you did so much management.
If Dable wanted Daniel Jones, you see it's hot next year.
It's hot now. It's hot now, bro.
It's hot. Go ahead, Riddell. What you got for us?
I mean, bringing in Vic Fangio is going to be good for the Eagles, obviously. I still think they should have went back to Denard Wilson, but hey, man, it is what it is, to be honest. I would say, I mean, he did a pretty good job with the Dolphins, all things considered. Like, they went through so many injuries, and even Jalen Ramsey didn't return to the team until like halfway through the season. And if we're being honest, like, a lot of the problems later on was not the defense, really, it was the offense. So I think he can come to this team, do his job. And Sirianni, honestly, if you're a Philadelphia head coach, the moment you have Super Bowl aspirations, the moment you don't go back to the Super Bowl, you're about to get fired. That's just the Philly way. You don't go back to the Super Bowl, you're about to get fired. So Sirianni not going back to the Super Bowl next year, which I don't know. I'm going to say I don't know. He's probably going to get fired regardless, and they're going to like, oh, we need some new blood. So we'll see what's going on.
Can you repeat what you just said earlier about you said something about you thought it was the offense, or can you just repeat that for me real quick?
What?
Later, you say, like the offense was the problem, or was the bigger problem not the defense, or what? Like, can you just clarify what you said about that?
Yeah, later on in the season, I felt like the problem with the Dolphins wasn't really the defense, in my opinion. At that point,
okay.
It was the offense.
I thought you said the Eagles. No,
I don't know.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine. Okay.
That's crazy. All right, fellas. Well, let's move on to our next topic. Let's get into it.
I think we have Superchats, low-key.
Yeah, I was gonna wait to the end. We got through most of the big ones. We only had like really this one. Lamar Jackson just voted for MVP 2023, so I was gonna do this one toward the end. Gotcha. Swap car for Russ. He's like a Black Breeze anyway.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yes, that is crazy.
JJ in his first game of the season versus PSU threw 8 passes the whole game. He wasn't trusted to throw. He's a day 3 pick at best. Can't start your
That's a straight bottle.
That's a horrible take. That's a horrible take.
I'm not even going to
trusted to throw.
First round pick.
What do you mean?
Yards to carry. I'm not hearing.
Bro, I'm sorry. I'm not going to go down the rabbit hole. I need y'all to understand what they did in the run game this game, bro.
I swear to God, it's pathetic.
Bro, like, come on. If you're
getting a first down to carry,
this is
like,
I ain't gonna lie,
first down to carry random.
If you're watching
if my running back is getting first down,
first down to carry, like even Tom Brady not throwing 20 passes that game.
Yo, Bama, this is hilarious stuff by these two.
But like at the same time, Trent, you're telling me that you watch Michigan play a majority of their games this season. You're telling me that they had utmost confidence in JJ McCarthy.
Yes. I think they were very.
I'm gonna read features.
No, I got you.
Yeah, like yo, like they was losing me a little.
Because listen, Michigan versus Penn State. Blake Corum, 26 carries, 145 yards on 5.6 yards a carry.
How many carries?
10 carries for 52 yards on 5.2 yards a carry.
Guys,
they ran 26 plus 10 is what? 36?
Plus
8. They ran 44 run plays.
This is how I know.
So he has the best running game in the country. That's cool. He needs that to succeed.
We're not fighting y'all on that.
But here's I know you fake trolling J. Rob on some points, but like the dude who sent that super chat, do y'all know in the third quarter they didn't need to pass they passed the ball 0 times.
Yeah, they did that and that was actually on purpose. They did that to prove a point. Like we're not finna run, we're not finna pass on y'all. I remember that. The Penn State game was a bad example. The problem is, fellas, I just don't know that if JJ McCarthy doesn't win a national championship at Michigan, y'all feel this way about him. And I could say y'all still would, but I truthfully think wins matter. And when you see somebody win a certain way, y'all may have an idea.
It wasn't even crazy in the national championship game, but that's why I'm like,
yeah, because I mean,
AJ, championship point is
listen, AJ, JJ, same type of guys. You know, that's what happens. But anyway, let's get to this. I got some questions on that.
I don't know. Maybe.
Nah, that's Warren. I see Warren Moon.
Maybe Aaron Brooks. I don't know.
I see Warren Moon. Call that young boy Half Moon. Now, I gotta ask y'all one question about these Houston Texans, fellas, because there is some. I'm just looking at stuff on the internet, ESPN. How open is this window for the Houston Texans? And are they almost how far ahead of schedule do you think they are? How close to a Super Bowl do you think they are already in year one? In year one of what is essentially a rebuild. Riddell, you can start. You can start this one off. Then Jalen go second.
All right. I think the Houston Texans are in amazing position. Like I've been high on the overall team. Like CJ Stroud, I already stamped him. He moved me. I stamped him already. But I've been praising a lot of the other elements of the team, and they've been proving it. Like Bobby Slovic, I don't know if he's actually going to get a head coaching job. I just think all those jobs are taken because they're just better coaches. So I don't think he's going to get a head coaching job, which is a good thing for the Texans. You want to keep him here and have him cook with CJ Stroud still. So Bobby Slovic probably is going to stay. And what we see from the Texans right now, the receiving core, like I said, Nick Collins had statistically a top 10 receiving season, and he missed like 3 games this year. Tank Dell coming back will also be good for the team, of course. And if you don't like Robert Woods, if you don't like Noah Brown, bring in another receiver. You know, stack that weapons room with CJ Stroud. Right. Dalton Schultz is is a good tight end. He's for sure definitely above average. You could argue probably top 12 tight end in the league. A good security blanket for CJ Stroud.
Right.
Probably. I don't know what they want to do with the run game because Singletary has been cooking the last.
Yeah, he had a good season. Yeah.
He was cooking, and then you got that young gun who got his job taken, but he's still the young gun you drafted last year. In is it Damian Harris?
I think he got
Damian Pierce.
I think he got hurt.
Yeah, Damian Pierce. So I don't know what you want to do. Maybe you want to get that man from Tennessee. I don't know. I'm curious.
Dude, that could be crazy.
That would be crazy. And obviously, the defense. That defense is going to improve. You go defense. You put someone else next to Will Anderson. Derek Stingley is already one of the best corners. You may want to get another one with him. The defense is cooked. So this team, young, You see the pieces. You see where you need to improve. CJ Stroud takes another leap. You keep the coaching staff together, and this team could be one of the arguably four best AFC teams, one of the four best AFC teams next year. I'm gonna leave it at that. One of the four best.
Actually, I want to add to this question too. With what you know about Houston, are you more confident in this team than the Jaguars and the Chargers? Because they're also teams. I gotta bring those teams into the mix, unfortunately, G baby, because those are also the teams and the Bengals. And I want to say the Bengals. Those three teams. Are you more confident in Houston going forward than those three teams? Because I think those are also young, up and coming teams.
I'll answer that real quick. For me, Texans, Jags. I personally believe, especially since from what I've seen from the
Colts as well. The Colts as well.
Oh, the Colts too. Oh, Colts are interesting, but Texans, I think, have honestly a better combination of coaching staff and roster right now. And CJ Stroud, he played better than T-Law. It's just honest. He's played better than T-Law. So I think better future than the Jaguars. I'm just gonna leave it at this. Better future than the Chargers until something is proven to me. And then the Bengals, if they keep T. Higgins, man, the Bengals they might go right back to the AFC Championship. Joe Burrow stays healthy, they may go right back there. So I'm not gonna doubt the Bengals.
Go ahead, Jalen.
So in terms of the window, I think we have to look at two things. One is that division. So we just talked about it: Colts, Jaguars, and Tennessee. I think Tennessee, Ryan Tannehill in his last leg, I don't think he's going to a game-changing quarterback. They'll probably have to move on from and get a young guy.
Will Levis is the Will Levis.
Will Levis. I mean, I still think he's still a couple years away. I think Anthony Richardson probably still a couple years away in development. I think with CJ Stroud as your quarterback, I would not be shocked over the next 10 years they go on a Peyton Manning Colts like dominance of this division. 7 division titles in 10 years type of deal. I think CJ Stroud. I think CJ Stroud with that guy coming off the greatest rookie season ever. We're gonna see the sophomore season. I think that's the type of guy. And look, they got the piece around him. You mentioned Tank down, Nico Collins, solid weapons. Both those guys are going to be 1,000-yard receivers together. I think for several years down the road. Defense, they can just add pieces. They still got young guys there. So in terms of the division, I think they have a very, I won't say easy path, but a path to win every season for the next decade. They have a path to win that division when they get to the playoffs. Now, in terms of the AFC, we understand we have arguably the greatest player, one of the greatest players to ever live in Patrick Mahomes, still going to be in the AFC for the next, 8 to 10 years. We have Joe Burrow, who I still think is the second best quarterback in the league, who's going to be a problem over the next decade. We have Lamar Jackson, a 2-time MVP, who, if he wins a Super Bowl, is in a rare club of guys who won a Super Bowl with 2 MVPs. So the whole idea of the window being open, for division titles, yes, making the playoffs, yes. But when it comes to that playoffs, I mean, it'll be nice to say he's going to make multiple Super Bowls. He's going to, probably win a couple of this. But the amount of talent that the AFC has and the quarterbacks inside, even Josh Allen, the Bills with Josh Allen, they're going to be dangerous every year. I don't care what you do. Like, you put the right piece around Josh Allen, they're going to be a somewhat contender or dangerous. You don't want to play in the playoffs. Justin Herbert, you get the right piece around him. The talent is still there. The window is there to make Super Bowls, but don't take it for granted. Don't think he's going to make 2, 3, 4 Super Bowls in a row, because that's probably not going to happen just because the talent is there. Unless you're really Mahomes getting to multiple straight Super Bowl, I'm not counting on any of these guys with so much talent. So the window is there, but the Super Bowl winning window, I don't know how open that is. It's there. It's open, but it's not some big old window. It's a tight little squeeze to get one. If he makes 2 Super Bowls in the next decade, that's great. With the talent that's there, and that'd be great. But that division is Houston's to own for the next decade.
I guess I'm going to be a party pooper, because I think we kind of brag. Like, I love it. I kind of feel like I understand what we're talking about here, but like, I think you understand. They got some hitters in the AFC, and I'm not going to say personally as of right now their own division is there.
Right after him,
I'm not even going to say their own divisions are like, what's his name, like just theirs. Because me personally, them Colts with AR-15 and Shea Steichen still there, that shit is going to be crazy. That we're going to look at AR-15 probably next year, like how we did CJ Stroud this season. Like that off alone, me personally. Yeah, I think we are. Because, bro,
I think the talent will jump off the screen.
I think AR-15 was literally damn near on the pace. Not on the pace than what CJ was doing, but he was playing good football. He was playing very good.
No, I agree with that. My issue is CJ's is Anthony Richardson's mind going to catch up to where CJ Stroud's mind is
not slide.
not slide. I'm talking about just
Oh, just like up here.
Up here, like
Understanding the game.
I think CJ's up here is already.
But I just think that
beyond
when
that
it comes
film room
to
with Peyton.
Yeah.
I just think with the Bengals, with Joe Burrow, they're always going to be contending. Like with Jalen said, the Bills always going to be contending. Of course, you got baby go, if not the go already, Patrick Mahomes in that division. I can't say the window for them to be a Super Bowl. If they make a Super Bowl, I will have to see how they make it. I will be astonished if they make a Super Bowl. I just can't see. I'm when we talk about the Texans right now. Me personally, I gotta be a see it to believe it, dude. With these dudes, they're having a phenomenal season, hell of a story, and what they did the first year. Because I said the Texans, I thought they were gonna at least win 6 games. They won 10. So
10, bro. I didn't even have 6. I had 3.
So like I gotta see to because again, you got to me personally of Colts. I know we don't like T-Law. I don't expect T-Law to have that crazy of a bad season like he had again. I'm not a T-Law guy. I don't see that happening again. I think he bounces back up. And you got Ravens. And then depends on what the Browns too. They get
Bengals,
Ravens.
Yeah, I agree.
Especially because me personally, if Deshaun Watson wakes up, maybe, I don't know. Because he's looking crazy. He looks crazy. Why? So if he wakes up,
Trent,
Trent,
don't let somebody like Jim Harbaugh go over to Los Angeles Chargers with Herb. Come on.
Hey, that's another one. That's
reemerging.
I'm seeing to believe with the Chargers. That's what I'm seeing to believe.
No. I agree too. I agree on that too. But I'm just saying though, with Justin Herbert's upside and a proven head coach like Jim Harbaugh,
you love a new member.
I mean,
shout out to Larry Johnson. Go ahead, Random.
I will say this, and I mentioned this multiple times. What is the most valuable asset that an NFL team can have?
Quarterback.
It's the rookie quarterback contract.
Facts.
And right now, obviously, I think there's going to be after some very real discussions in with the Texans to see they've done what we talked about this season. They did all the right things you're supposed to do with a rookie quarterback. They got a really good team around them, veterans in the right area. Robert Woods didn't play that much, but that dude is a professional, right? And all he did was help them boys both how to watch film, all that. Obviously, I would like to see what would happen in terms of their development next year if they do get off Robert Woods. Obviously, Dalton Schultz in the right place, all that Larry Tunsil, and me and Riddell, when we watch them in Discord, like they need a little bit more line help and some help on the defense. But I think what they need in order to kind of maximize this window, if there is an impact player out there that they realistically have a chance to get, I think they should go after that because all you can do realistically, because how murderous the AFC is, because I don't need to say it. Jalen went through it. If Jim Harbaugh comes in, that's another one.
Yeah.
All you can do is try to maximize the team around CJ, right? And hope that Bobby Slovic don't leave, because I think in a weird way, I wonder.
I gotta let Lonnie go after
I'm
this
surprised that his name wasn't out there further for the head coaching jobs as they were filled out. Maybe it's because he was in the playoffs, so he wasn't really able. Some team weren't really able to talk to him the way they wanted to. But he's in this kind of really good space where I'm with CJ. And I kind of want to see how this goes, and I can kind of pick and choose, but this is only for a couple years because eventually that might hurt him, because I'm like, you're only with CJ. We've never seen you do it with anybody else. So they have to maximize this. If that means you're going to go get a Derrick Henry from the Titans, or maybe an impact receiver, somebody like that, and maximize that defense, because all you're asking for is a shot. Because I think that Ravens game showed you exactly where the Texans are. Did they have a puncher's chance to start that game? Yeah, but then you clearly saw the young part of that team show up, and also they just needed more guys. They just needed more guys in more places.
They need a kicker, bro.
They also needed a kicker, because I know when I watched that game back, salute to YouTube TV, that game did definitely change right after that kicker missed the field.
That's what I'm saying. The moment that game was changed.
So I think you already have the most important piece. You have now you surround him with talent, and obviously with AR, I need to see. Obviously, not just mentally, but also he needs to protect himself more, because that's what got him hurt early. If he protects himself, we can have conversations. Obviously, T-Law, I would like to see a bounce back. And the Titans, they're in transition. Y'all can call him baby all you want. I will never trust that man as long as that man keeps putting mayo in his coffee.
Right.
That's just wrong. That's just wrong. That's like something I see in Undercover Brother 2, if they ever do that. Like, you just don't talk about that. You just don't do that. So the division right now looks like theirs, and obviously the conference. You like to see if you can avoid Mahomes if you can, but I'm not. I want to see how CJ would do against Mahomes. See where he stacks up. See where his team stacks up, and who knows?
Right.
Because they got a great team, they got a great coach, the right pieces. If you just get a couple really high impact guys, who knows? because obviously whoever makes it out the AFC is battle tested for the foreseeable future. And I'm just saying a few right moves, the Texans could be there.
That's fire. I like it. Lonnie, what's your thoughts on the future, man? The AFC is really crazy, though. I ain't gonna lie. You understand that, like, the AFC is slowly becoming like an SEC, like an early 2000s to the late 2010s SEC. That's how it's looking right now, even though I hate the SEC. Go ahead, Lonnie.
No, yeah, the AFC is definitely crazy. Like the top, 7 quarterbacks are like all probably like in the AFC.
Facts.
But if we're looking at like the next 3, 4, 5 years, like, and we're talking about contenders, the Texans have like the youngest roster with the most potential. Besides CJ, Will Anderson is a future DPOY.
Oh, facts.
That corner that they got a few years ago, he's a number 1 corner. He's
Derek Stingley,
he's gonna be in the top 10 talks, and they just need a few more pieces. Like I don't see Singletary as like a primary number 1 back. I would prefer him in that like Tony Pollard role like they had last year. Hey, the Titans are selling. Maybe they can trade for like a Derrick Henry for like a Thunder and Lightning type situation. Also, Chargers might be selling some pieces on their defense. If they get like maybe a Joey Bosa to pair with Will Anderson, that could be nasty. That could be nasty. And so they can just build in the draft and free agency.
Can they afford
I'm not
Joey
going to
Bosa
go
with
as far
his
as some
contract?
Peyton Manning Colts type run, because I also don't expect CJ to choke in the playoffs like him either. But
yeah, I ain't gonna lie, Jalen. That Peyton Manning thing is trash, bro. That you be on, bro. It's not.
He
Really.
one of the GOATs. I'm saying he's top 5 all time. Y'all act like he's the 20th best quarterback ever. That's the
clear divide, bro. There's a clear divide.
Lonnie, finish, Lonnie. My bad, Lonnie. I ain't mean to bring you
Sorry. No, but yeah, no. Tank Dell, Nico Collins are still young. Like I said, they need like another like solid running back, and they need like another pass rusher to help take off the pressure with Will Anderson. And I think they can be right in contention because at the end of the day, like the Chiefs, the next 3-4 years, Travis Kelce is eventually going to leave, and you still need offensive weapons.
Facts.
Mark Andrews is getting older, and like Zay Flowers is maybe like your primary like best receiver for Lamar. Yeah. And Joe Burrow, so far he's been injury prone. Whether it's free accidents or not, he's been injury prone. We don't know if T. Higgins is going to leave, and that's just going to put more pressure on Jamar Chase. Yeah. And Tyler Boyd's only getting older, and then we also see Joe Mixon's on his last legs too. So they're like in the next 3-4 years, they have the best situation. That's what I think.
Can I say one name? I just want to say one name that they could add.
Who?
That man from Green Bay, Jair Alexander, bro. He's leaving Green Bay. So if he joins the Texans,
that's a needle. I ain't gonna lie, that's a needle move. I would expect them to honestly have one of the best defenses in football next year. Go ahead, G baby.
You guys make me smile. I just want to put that out there. You guys make me smile because you said a Peyton Manning type run. I don't think you want to. Yeah, this division
regular season
is not the AFC South Peyton Manning was playing in.
Yeah,
facts.
It is not the AFC South Peyton Manning.
You were that good.
Like, look, even me as the AR hater that I was, if the Colts can come one game within winning the division, mind you, because if old boy catches that pass, we don't know what happens.
You don't know what happens.
If the Colts can come one game within winning the division with Gardner Minshew, why wouldn't I expect AR respectfully? Respectfully, why wouldn't I expect AR at the very least to do the same? Y'all know I'm a T-Law guy.
Yep.
Do y'all really think, unbiasedly, he's going to be this bad again?
No, but I just think he will be the 3rd or 4th best quarterback in his division for the next decade, and it's going to be unfortunate for him to get through that.
That you can argue it might be a debate. I'm going to disagree with that. Obviously, I still think he could be a top 10 level quarterback. I think, honestly, real talk. I think this was his technical
9-12.
Sure, but I think this was his sophomore slump.
Do you know what
they got Press Taylor?
Baby, do you know what Trevor Lawrence should be doing? If I'm Trevor Lawrence, I'm finding my way to the NFC. I will want out of the division because it's not, and I think he's not the only quarterback who should want out of the AFC, G baby. Now he shouldn't be the only one. Because my thing with the AFC is that it's getting too difficult, and I love Trevor Lawrence's talent, but I don't think that if AR reaches his potential and CJ keeps doing what CJ's already better than him, so he's already the second best quarterback in his conference.
If Baby Elway maxes out,
yeah, DJ already second. He's already second best. G baby, me, you, and I think everybody up here knows that Anthony Richardson is without question the scariest quarterback to see what he's going to develop in the entire National Football League.
Baby Cam.
Because he is the epitome of being drafted solely because his measurables in athleticism are literally, there's not enough ink on the paper for what this guy physically could be capable of. Now, if he has it up here and is able to throw and do all the other things needed, I don't think the division is really going to be AR and CJ's division for the foreseeable future, because I don't think, and that's why, and that makes me nervous for him.
J-Rob. Well, here's my problem, J-Rob. Here's my problem, J-Rob. You guys are saying, oh, if AR becomes this, that, and the third, if CJ gets this, that, and the third.
No, CJ's already showed me this.
No. I said if CJ gets. I said if CJ gets, like the extra weapons, the other.
Yeah.
But nobody here has said, what if T-Law just gets it today? What if legit, even though this is his third year, hold on, even though this is his third year, I call this his true sophomore slump, because let's be real, even though I was the highest on him, I don't think anybody thought it was going to be this bad. Even while they were winning, we did not think it was going to be this bad. Listen. And here's my thing.
I'm listening.
I think Doug Peterson is still a good coach. I think the way he was done in Philly with the whole Carson, I don't think that was necessarily on him, but we know how Philly do. I mean, you know how Philly do people, right?
Yeah.
If in what's it called? I don't know if Chris Taylor's still there. I know they changed.
Press Taylor's gone. He's gone.
Okay, Press Taylor's gone, and then they got old boy from Atlanta for their new DC, right?
Yo, you got the chat calling you G Daddy.
W chat. But if they come back next year, right, and let's just say T-Law does what he was supposed to, what we all expected, I don't see how that's still this is AR and CJ division. I think we're getting semblance of the NFC East, but without the mid. I'm talking about the competitiveness, but without the mid.
Yeah. We're not going to go through the mid era. They'll be competitive throughout.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Different division winner every year.
Here's my only pushback to that. I still think where Trevor Lawrence is going to fall is all them quarterbacks, at least. I think AR, because I'm going to say AR, Trevor are all going to be franchise quarterbacks for their team. So they're all going to get their money, right? Mm-hmm. And then what happens when you get your money out of that? Random talked about it. The best time for a franchise is having a great rookie for the next 4 or 5 years. Absolutely. Because then you can pay that money on the back end. The cap hits come later. You can deal with the personnel situations at some point. And then by that point, your quarterback should be great enough where he can fill in the holes of some of the things that y'all don't have, i.e. Pat Mahomes, i.e. Josh Allen, even Lamar throughout some of his years with the Ravens. So when I look at CJ and AR, and this is what Trevor Lawrence scares me, G-Baby, is I know coming into his rookie year, CJ Stroud did not have a fully healthy O-line coming in. And through that, the pressures that he felt that he got, and also he had the worst run game coming into the league. Have some things that the Texans really had to get through and get better at throughout the year. I think that team grew up a lot throughout the season. And I think that was thanks to their coach and quarterback. But it also shows me, at least in his rookie year, I know he can really play through adversity. And I also give D'Amico hella credit. Great coach, QB to coach combo.
For sure.
If AR can do Josh Allen-like things, be able to play through chaos and not personnel, and when I'm going into a long run, 10 years down the road type of environment, I don't really know for certain. And I don't know for AR either. So I don't want to make sure I'm giving AR that. I just know everything about him still a mystery. But when it comes to Trevor, I really don't know, G, if Trevor Lawrence is going to be able to be a fill-in-the-cracks level quarterback. And I think when I say fill-in-the-cracks level quarterback, all the best guys in the league, whether we want to admit it or not, sometimes we pick games strictly on who's playing quarterback for the teams.
100%.
Strictly for who we think going to execute better. And I think when we look at those situations, I think CJ is going to excel Trevor in that regard. And I think Trevor is going to have to be able to separate himself because he's going to CJ, Trevor, and AR all are going to have to at some point carry their franchises on their backs. And I think I'm more confident in CJ out of the group right now. And if I had to bet money on somebody based off their talent, then my second pick would be
so with CJ, fine, I'll give it to you because let's be real. You coming off the rookie doing that, getting MVP votes. I'm not gonna hate on that.
We've seen that
for sure. Yeah. So I'll give you CJ right now for sure because of what we've seen.
Yeah.
My only pushback is, and I'm not saying you specifically do it.
Yeah.
But usually the conversation, I get it. T-Law, like I say, I call this his technical sophomore slump season.
Yeah, I get it.
Because to me, there's no way you should have been that bad with this roster. Like, there's no way. So I'm not giving you a pass for it because you should have been better, but I'm gonna call it your slump because if you do this 2 years in a row, all right, then fine. Y'all got it. Y'all got it. I can let slide one bad season, right? If you give me 2-3 more where I know you're supposed to, I'll let a bad season slide.
Yeah.
My only thing is, I feel like because in I'm not saying we're doing this on purpose, but because this just happened, right? CJ just balled, won a playoff game, playing amazing. You know, AR we didn't really get to see much, and we just saw T-Law. Especially I'm not even a wins as a QB guy. I'm a performance guy. But we just saw you be 8-3 and finish 9-8 and not even make the playoffs game.
Yeah.
And you were playing bad in the process. Granted, yes, Calvin really sold you a couple times, but you also played bad. You also missed 2 throws right after that. Horrendously. Right. So I understand the necessary, like the overall sense. I just it could be because of me, because I was doing all that woofing about T-Law coming in. So I get it. I really
yeah.
But my thing is, when we look just from an objective point, I feel like there's no way T-Law can get this worse. Like it's almost like there's no way to go but up. There's no way.
Facts. No, there is.
I feel like if T-Law put it together, let's be real. When he got Doug Peterson, J-Rob, you was there. What do we say?
I love Dougie P.
He got Dougie P.
Yeah, I like Dougie P.
He should get better, right? And
I like Dougie P.
He started that season still making some young rookie.
I don't really like the Jags offensive coordinator though. Unless Doug, okay, because I ain't gonna lie, Doug. That's the one thing I will say. I'm like, yo, Doug
Peterson wasn't calling the plays.
I'm like, yo, Doug, get in the booth, bro. I know you not call. You can't be out here calling this, Doug.
He wasn't.
I've seen you call great plays against a Bill Belichick offense in the Super Bowl, bro. I know this is not true. But we just hit our 2 hours. I do want to say something on the way out. I just want to give y'all 2 names. Y'all tell me which is more impressive. Yeah, I know, right? Seems fast. Y'all let me know which quarterback y'all think sounds like a Hall of Fame level. Which quarterback sounds like the better guy? 1-4 playoff record. Has never sniffed a cup.
That's nasty.
No, 2 quarterbacks. Both guys will probably have 35,000-40,000 career passing yards, if not more. One guy 1-4 in the playoffs. Never been to an NFC Championship games. Has been thrown to a offensive player of the year level caliber player. The other guy who has played less years in the NFL, 5-4 playoff record, G Daddy. Fourth quarterback this century. Only 5 guys in this century, fellas, to take 2 teams to a championship game.
He ain't doing
one win away from Super Bowl.
He ain't doing
that.
He's talking about. Oh my god, bro!
1 win away from Super Bowl appearance number 2, fellas. Which quarterback to you guys you think is the better player?
Wait, J-Rob, you forgot something.
This is Jared Goff and Kirk Cousins.
One quarterback went from Stephon Diggs and Adam Thielen and Dalvin Cook.
Oh my god!
A Jordan Addison and T.J. Hawkinson. And you know what? Trent said about Amon-Ra? He's not top 20, y'all. Amon-Ra not even top 20, y'all.
Wow.
I just said he was top 20.
Nah, he's top 10.
Oh yeah, he fixed it.
He's not. He's not.
He might be coming in the top 10 game.
He's top 15. I'm not gonna hold you. You need to stop.
I'm definitely saying he's top 12, bro.
Amon-Ra top 15 for
I'm not gonna. Y'all can't tax Amon-Ra for doing what. Never mind.
Nah, it's Cooper Kupp. Nah, I don't do that. I don't care about that.
Yeah, don't tax.
He's a slot. Hey, no.
You've been calling him a slot, weren't you?
No, I don't need
Tyler Lockett.
You don't miss a point. I don't need to, bro. Even if I take the slot monkey tax out, I still don't think it's top 10.
Slot monkey is crazy.
Slot monkey is crazy, bro. Jalen Waddle or Amon-Ra?
Slot monkey.
I think Jalen Waddle might.
If you're taking Amon-Ra, he's top 15, bro. Because you literally just had Jalen Waddle.
I literally just said.
All right.
That's why I be saying.
Here we go. Devontae Smith or Amon-Ra St. Brown right now.
I'm taking Devontae Smith, and I don't think it's right. I swear to God, I am.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie, bro.
look, come on, bro.
Hey, J-Rob.
Come on,
DJ Moore or
Let's go.
Monroe? DJ Moore or Monroe?
I'm taking DJ
Oh,
Moore.
DJ is a dog.
What?
DJ's a dog.
I think DJ's better. I think DJ's better.
DJ's a dog, but it's close. It's actually very close because I just
Amari Cooper or Monroe?
Oh, I'm a rock.
Amari was cooking this year.
I'm a rock.
Prime now too. I say.
I'm taking Amon Ra. I think we're not giving Amon Ra enough credit, bro.
Brandon Ayuk or Amon Ra?
Amon Ra.
I'm going
Amon Ra. T Higgins or Amon Ra?
I'm taking T Higgins. What the fuck?
Give me Steve.
Nah, you disrespecting that Sun guy.
No, yeah, nah.
You disrespecting the Sun guy. You disrespecting the Sun guy. You disrespecting the Sun guy.
Nah, T Higgins is my guy.
Nico like that.
I love
T.
Yo, I might be taking Nico Collins over T Higgins. Honestly, after what I seen.
He been trolling all day, bro.
Like, stop, bro.
Hey, you know who Nico Collins is better than though? DK Metcalf.
Oh, yeah, he better than DK.
Let's talk about it.
And I'm gonna concede this. I can no longer defend Mike Evans after what I witnessed in the playoffs. He was blowing mine in the playoffs. I'm like, Mike, catch the pill. Like, you
caught 2 of
killing
them
me.
balls. That game could have been different.
Different, bro. Nah, facts though. You good? Nah, be caught too. Anything y'all want to show on the way out though? The next show's at 5. Y'all make sure y'all tap in with Uncle and chill. Any last comments, y'all? We still got some time. Make sure y'all. Hey, let me put Lonnie on the front screen. Hustle. Go get Hustle. Shout out to our dog Ty Man. Great manga. Beautiful cat, by the way, too, behind you.
I got one thing.
Your cat look like he's living. But yes, make sure y'all tap in. Wait. We got a banger. We got to read the banger. Shout out to Drink More Water. Something to look out for is we might have
a Boston
Brooklyn situation
with Chicago and Carolina. Chicago already have Carolina's first pick this year, and Chicago owns Carolina's first and second next year too. Carolina might have messed up if Young doesn't pan out, which is true.
Yeah, Carolina.
You make that choice.
Second next year too.
G-Baby.
I don't think they have the first and second next year. They had the first last year. And then the first this year.
I don't think they get their second next year. They get their second.
Yeah.
That's still a big thing.
I don't think they get their first next year.
Yeah, I just got 2 things I want to say. First off, Duke Blaylock is the reason why I get mad when we talk about Le'Veon Bell because y'all overrate the shit out of him. Second, y'all give me the 700 subs. I'm mad close. I'm like 640, 6-1 that range.
Sub to the channel. Sub up.
Make sure y'all join
Bell or Marshall Falk.
Marshall Falk.
Stop it.
Le'Veon had a nice 3-year run.
Wait, Random, you got Le'Veon?
No, I said it's Marshall. Marshall Falk.
Why?
Yeah. So make sure y'all sub up.
Le'Veon Bell ain't even better than
last thing too. Grant brought out the first rankings, but I'm gonna say this. Rankings for press box is coming out for sure, but we're not going to do the open field one-on-ones because the one-on-one cast members is missing days. So how can I rank against my boys who's showing up every week? That's all I'm gonna say to the open field guys. I know y'all need to be there. Dev, you missed the show. Grant, guys coming in late, in and out. We are gonna make sure we get them rankings, but I need 2 weeks, good open field weeks before we put you to the test with the big dogs up here. With that being said, y'all
sub to the Black Lindsay Society. We are watching the Royal Rumble on Twitch on Saturday. Me and Riddell gonna be pulling up. We send an invite out to G Daddy if you want to pull up. Trent, obviously you're welcome.
Y'all should definitely slide.
For sure.
I don't know, Jay. We were talking about it earlier.
Bank on the Chiefs
playback.
too, by the way.
If we could all watch the NFC AFC Championship games together on press.
We'll figure something out this weekend. Sunday for sure. Sunday night for sure. Saturday, y'all, is my birthday, so I'm not even gonna make no promises.
Hey, just stay safe, my boy. Just stay safe.
I'm gonna stay dangerous, brother. All right, we'll see y'all later, chat.